So cool.
And on the backpack, we wrote, wherever there's trouble over land, sea, and air, G.I. Joe is there. Butchering a little bit, and it is the smallest font ever.
And you can read it.
You can read it.
And
With a magnifying glass?
We were discussing it
Yeah.
earlier. I just like the idea of him setting up camp, pulling out that shovel and saying, and then just going for it.
Yep. All right, guys.
Yep. Beautiful.
A little inspiration.
Yeah.
Awesome clip from our guy Heli Geek. Welcome to a toy kind of mood 257. It's your boy Trav Moody here, your host, and back from a very epic alternate heads, Jason the X.
What's going on, man? Good to be here.
We weren't sure we were going live tonight, man. You guys were coasting. You had another nice audience. I'm like, all right, maybe we'll just push this to next week.
Oh, yeah, we were gonna make it over. Bobby and I get to talking, and it's just smooth. We start talking about just every other thing that we can think of, and we were trying to get everybody to be calm and relax after the announcements that may have upset a couple of people out there. But in my NPR voice, everybody just relax. It's okay. Well, it's a new day.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
I made myself sad.
New.
They rock.
But we are not going to be calm and relaxed because the line is done. It's the end of the line again. It's the end of an era again. Of course, we're going to salute Tony Collella's fantastic art and talk about him being really the secret weapon, the secret sauce that makes classified work. We did 2 shows for Lenny. The least we could do is 1 for Tony. So that'll be fun. But speaking of Tony, he hates when he's called the special guest because he's a special guest on Alternate Heads. He has always been a special guest on Toy Kind of Mood, according to Bobby, not me. And sometimes he's a special guest on Circle of Jerks. Is the boy Tony? Man, he's a special guest. How do you feel about the utility man, the special guest?
Hey, I'll be that. I'll be that.
Ooh.
I'll be that.
I see he's got that brand new Martian Manhunter he worked on over there.
Oh man, he's super tall,
right.
baby. He's tall in effect.
That looks good, man. I love that. Is that so? You changed out the cape on that one too, didn't you?
No, this is McFarlane's own cape, but
Okay.
when I got a word into what you call it, GPS lot. He's trying to focus on me. There you
He
go.
wants to focus
Oh,
on
yeah.
the special guest.
Yeah. So yeah, with that thing, I got a word in the GPS lot. They're gonna make a new batch once they figure out the color match with the fabric. So I'm like, all
okay.
right.
Right. There are different colors on the Looks
And
good.
then
Though.
he'll be
Definitely.
rocking. Yeah, it's the best I can get it looking right now. It's tall. Everybody's hitting me up. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? The recipe is on Instagram and Facebook.
Like, why would you make that character short? Like,
I know.
John's a
To
big
me
dude.
in the JLA, he's got to be one of the tallest, like Hawkman,
Yeah.
and that's it. If he and Hawkman are really tall, you're good.
Hmm.
In my freaking
But-
comic book collection looking stuff.
Good work bringing him up to size.
Thank you, brother.
Passing beers. All right. There we go. I like that.
All right. I told myself I wasn't going to drink until I go to Boston and have a nice cold Sam Adams there in Boston. I'll be there in 10 days. I did drink. You would have liked it. Tony, did I tell you? DJ Premier and Alchemist, man? That was
Yes, you told me.
unbelievable. I had a couple beers then, but none tonight. But pop open the whiskey because Tony's back in the building, baby. But there was a big movie where they don't have like slides or a deep presentation on it. But MK2, Mortal Kombat 2, which is what I thought that shirt was until I saw it said McFarlane, not Mortal Kombat. Tony, you saw it, but you didn't love it, did you? Why?
No, and I went
Get
in there.
over here.
I went in there knowing it's going to be a popcorn movie like last time and everything. So cool fights, cool visuals.
Yes.
Other than that, it was pretty lame. I was like, I wasn't feeling it. It got me wanting to see Street Fighter way more. I'm like, come on, Street Fighter, save us.
My wife said the same thing. She realized, she said, I'm more of a Street Fighter fan as far as like games I played. Like, and granted, Mortal Kombat came like later after Street Fighter. So
Yeah.
I get where she was coming from, but yeah. She said the same thing.
that's a good, before you even talk about the movie. So Tony, you're because I'm assuming because of Jada Toys, even though you get the McFarlane shirt, I'm assuming you're more of a Street Fighter guy than Mortal Kombat guy.
I thought when I was playing when Mortal Kombat hit, I was all about it in the arcades, on platforms, at home, everything. But more as time went on, I'm like, you start playing, going back to the old Street Fighter stuff, and I don't know. I think I like Street Fighter a little more just because it came first. But I'll always love the game of Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
For sure. Jason.
There's a jam, of course, because of Jada Toys killing it.
Right. Jay.
I think sadly what these new Mortal Kombat movies suffer from is that the first Mortal Kombat is just such an amazing cult classic movie that for the times was very good. They had great martial artists, and Tony's right. I love the fight scenes in this one, but I did not like that. Can we turn the music off at just a little bit? Can we have some scenes where it's a little, the music is a little bit more subdued? Like there was music overpowering a lot of the scene. Yeah. So Tony, am I wrong there? I felt that, right? That was
it was like they were waiting for the track. They were waiting for the track to, like, okay, now it's on. Okay. And I'm sorry. I love Carl Urban, but I just think he was horribly miscast, and I don't think, he tried. That's my Judge Dredd, though. That is.
I'll agree with that. I'm a massive Carl Urban fan. The Boys and Judge Dredd and everything. But he didn't quite have. Even if it was okay, him being like washed up. He's at Comic-Con and there's no line for him. Actor, I kind of like that part, but he could have been a little more charismatic. The next day, I played the DLC for Mortal Kombat 1, even though that's the new game. Yeah. And the DLC is like Chaos Reigns, because you end up fighting Titan Chaos.
Yeah.
And Titan Havoc, I should say, not Chaos. But Chaos Reigns, so I'm playing it, and it's all Johnny Cage in there, and he's like, he's kind of like a World War II Captain America, Punisher, Wolverine, type. And he's so funny in this game. It's a video game, and I'm laughing. And the guy's charismatic, and I'm like, it's Ed Boon is consulting. Like,
he was in it too.
Warner Brothers. Like, why do I look? Carl Urban's the name, right? And maybe that's the guy they had to get. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that, but they could have got someone closer to that game that had a little quicker wit and not just said the same joke after a while, over and over again.
Yeah, it was just like, what?
And I saw people criticize the depiction of Katana in the game, and Katana's been there since Mortal Kombat 2. She is an OG character. And honestly, if you look at her motivations, have always been Shao Kahn killed her family and basically said, "You're my daughter now." That's reason enough to want to put a person's head on a platter to me, okay? So she should be more upfront, like, hey, let's go grease this dude, Shao Kahn. So I did not agree with a lot of people saying, "Oh, why is Katana so upfront?" She got a good reason to go murder that dude.
Yeah. Right. I would say Mortal Kombat to me has always had the better stories because they have the different worlds. So where Street Fighter has to create a totally different universe that doesn't cross, like Street Fighter Alpha and all that stuff. There's Street Fighter has always had the better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no outworld. There's no other.
Right.
It's all here in Earth. Yeah.
Right. And the last part of that, I'll just say is, because the fatalities are so iconic and the blood and the gore, but Street Fighter has the actual better gameplay. Like, it just feels smoother. The combos, like Mortal Kombat's stiffer, but it's more cinematic. Yes. So for me, a Mortal Kombat game always was going to make a better movie. Street Fighter looks like, let's book 25 celebrities and like 4 of them are wrestlers, and then just have them go out there and be a shit fest. I can't see it being good. I'm going to have a great time, especially as a WWE, New Japan, seeing Hiroki Goto and Roman Reigns and Cody and all. See, it's going to be a good time, but it's going to be way worse than Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2 at least had better acting, better. It's going to be, just telling you.
I think the tournament presentation in Mortal Kombat is definitely better, whereas Street Fighter is more like a logistics nightmare. Like, we need to arrange all these flights and put these people in these arenas and everything. Logistically organized. I think it was a comedian that put a short out where he was like telling M. Bison that this tournament is costing you all your money. You can't do this because you can't pay for all these flights, and you're going to actually ruin a Mercedes-Benz? Really? You're going to do that? Mortal Kombat makes more sense, but Street Fighter is definitely more fun.
Yeah, it's more fun. I mean, you got 50 Cent in the game. Come on now. I mean, in the game, in the movie. One thing I noticed is Mortal Kombat 1, because I played it the other day, has 4 movie skins in there. So we're not a gaming podcast, but I used to do one. So there's Katana, Shao Kahn, Haruzo Asashi, whatever it is. Hanzo Asashi. I'm like, what? Hanzo Asashi, and Bilan, Sub-Zero. Since they're not using their, Mortal Kombat names in the movie, but yeah, you could go do the check out the movie skins, and then also the Chaos Reigns. If you have Xbox, and so that's like a big FU to PlayStation because you have Xbox. It's $10 for T1000.
Nice.
Help me with the Cyrax. Who else is out?
All the DLC.
Ghostface, and I don't mean Wu-Tang. I mean from Scream. Just a bunch of like Conan the Barbarian. All these DLC characters, $10 for all of them plus the DLC story.
And that's for Mortal Kombat 1, the new one.
The new Mortal Kombat 1, which is confusing as fuck because it was 11
really
and then went to 1. Yeah. So
like Liu Kang like rebooted the universe.
Yeah.
Liu Kang was pretty dope in the movie though. Liu Kang was dope.
Yeah. All right. What up?
Oh no, I like the actor that plays Liu Kang.
He was good.
Well, yeah, he was so good that when the movie first hit, after that online, they were like, he's been maybe booked his own series, or they want to have his own series with just him.
Wow, I didn't know that.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like they're in talks for it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So and yeah, Felipe's right. What up, man? The MK95 ninja skins are so cool to see the old stuff in modern graphics. So
thank you, Todd C. I actually got to interview the cast at Power Rangers movie and got to talk to Ludi before the interview. Super nice guy. Like he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, what's going on, man? I'm Ludi." Like he introduced himself first, and we just had a great conversation. He just seemed like a very cool dude. So I will always like support that man's whatever he's doing in Hollywood, just because super awesome guy, super nice guy. I support his success.
Dope. And this is Tony Colella relevant because he whooped my ass in Street Fighter 2 last year, Turbo Edition at CoinOp for Comic-Con. And sadly, we can say from just talking to them, things may change. I don't think Boss Fight's going to be at Comic-Con. They are going to be at Joe Fest. We're going to talk about that later. So I won't have a rematch, at least not yet. But look, digital whiskeys for everybody in the chat. Thank you, Genghis. Usually was saying what's up to Tony in the chat, but he's here. We're going to talk about Tony with Tony. What better than have our own paint master talk about Hasbro's paint master? But first, Hasbro was in a little bit of news. I wouldn't take this too serious. I agree with Punk with Toys from Monday. I was watching you. Shout out to Punk. It's just a group of Mattel shareholders. 4% of them push for a possible sale to Hasbro. And if anyone knows business, Mattel is a bigger company than Hasbro. So to me, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
Is it out of the realm of possibility? No, but it doesn't make too much sense. Before I get to the boys' opinions, I'll just mention that, these shareholders mentioned this sale and it could sell. They wanted to sell to Hasbro or a private equity firm because they just don't want to wait too long for Mattel stock to reach like $30. So they were just talking about like, Hasbro's done a better job of digital growth, and they thought the synergy between everybody wants a monopoly. Hey, Hasbro owns Monopoly, Jason. So, but I'll go to you, Jay. What do you think of this whole deal? Is it just nothing, or should we be worried?
I mean, we made a lot out of 4% people that hold 4% that basically have no say over anything.
Slow news day for toys.
but honestly, this is just an example of rich people trying to ruin great things. Exactly. These people were looking for a cash out. They were looking for more money. And honestly, they can consume a member for all I care. Shut up. Go sell your stock to somebody that cares. Okay.
Exactly.
That was my nice way of saying that, by the way. Consume a member.
Exactly. You got a opinion.
There.
Yeah, since you didn't get to relay an opinion on this yesterday, Tony, what do you think about this whole deal?
Oh no, that was I heard about it like late a couple days ago, and I'm like, what? Like you said, isn't Mattel bigger? What, Hasbro trying to buy them? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah,
weird.
just like GameStop trying to buy eBay.
Oh yeah,
eBay, dude, that was
totally real.
crazy. I'm like,
Bids
what's really
they
going
put out.
on? GameStop need to cool their heels, man. They need to hold on there, little girl.
They're lucky to be alive, to be honest.
Yeah,
They never
so,
even
I
had the
don't
money
know.
to back that kind of deal. They were looking. Oh, by the way, anybody wants to help us out with this, man, just go shut up. Go focus on your own damn stores.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Ugh.
Anywho.
Todd says inflation report came out. Spoilers, it wasn't good news. All investors are freaking out. And yeah, Mattel was like, hey, we're looking towards growth and we'll keep an eye with all, they said all the right things in a PR statement, but nothing really. We got to go. I love this though. 3-star draw. What up, my man? Go home, GameStop. You're drunk. Ryan Daly in the house. Love it. Mattel or Hasbro? I like that.
Oh, ugh.
Very cool. More business BI, but this is serious because Jazzwares, according to my man Kyle Peterson's been on the show a few times, talking Joe, a bunch of times actually, talking Joe, talking AEW, talking WWE. He said that and he's very close to the whole situation there with Jazzwares, and he says, yeah, they're done. Done. They all got laid off on Friday. Now we talked about this prior in the show that AEW's contract with Jazzwares was coming up, and we were like, where would they go? That kind of thing. And I know you're a Dynamite fan, you're an AEW fan, Jason. So what's your reaction to this news?
I mean, I never like to see anybody lose their job. I like flat out before we even like get into this. I don't want to see anybody out in the streets or out of their job. So sorry for that team, and I hope they land on their feet. But are we really talking about where does Jazzwares land? Where does AEW land? Where do I want them to land?
Yeah, what would make sense for you? And if it doesn't make sense, like you could pick a dream like thing, but what makes business sense for? I think is more important to me.
Go and try to get this, pick up this license.
I'm saying that at one more time.
I think Hasbro should go try to pick up this license.
Hasbro with some wrestling. Okay.
What kind of wrestling stuff do we see from them? I think with what we're seeing with some of the articulation on some of the Marvel Legends stuff that we're seeing, I think they could do a lot of great things with an AEW line.
Okay.
And I think AEW has the money to do it. So go ahead.
Right. I think looking at how it performed with Jazzwares was the initial waves were selling out when they had the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Jericho. And it didn't matter because it was the first wave, the first time we get in figures, and they were good enough where as long as they were respectable, they were selling out. But over time, lots of bombs, especially with they did not use, in my opinion, a True Effects digital inkjet compared to Mattel. Not that every bombs with Elite and Ultimate Edition as well, but a lot of the face scans, if they didn't have paint, they didn't have a mask, they looked pretty bad overall.
I see a lot of people talking about Jada would be a good landing point for them. Of course it would, because Jada's amazing. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them, but they're kind of turning me here. Jada would be a great landing place for them.
I think Jada would be better. Hasbro has not done well with like the sports licensing lines.
No, they haven't.
They just don't. It doesn't seem just not enough attention and effort, and that's kind of what Jazzwares was going through. Of course, the 5 figures coming out this year are amazing. The Tanahashi, we're finally getting Swerve and his manager. So there's some good stuff coming out just to close out the year. The figures are still going to come out that they already made. But to me, I'm going to go with Ringside Collectibles because Ringside Collectibles has their own figure line. And I know they use the same factory as Jazzwares because they feel exactly the same, the plastic, in a good way. The face scans are better. Or so far, they've only done painted faces, but I have seen Sabu and Tommy Dreamer. Thanks to my guy, Jonathan, they look really good. The face scans look better. And it's somewhat only online. So don't have to worry about peg warmers like you had with Nyla Rose. Trent Beretta, all these Eddie Kingston, these figures that like the characters aren't big enough or the face scans were bad. Remember Riho? There was about 30 Riho at every Target. The distribution was just bad.
Why they do that girl like that? Rio does not look like anything like that figure they released. I mean, even looking at this was the first wave, right?
This was the first wave, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad for a first wave, first ever attempt for, you know, they are a much smaller company. Jazzwares is a big company, but much smaller than like Mattel and Hasbro. But over time, they never really updated these scans. They did a couple times, and it wasn't like they got that true effects, you know, where you see Randy Orton looks like 1-to-1, or like CM Punk is 1-to-1, just like we see with Classified, right? That's kind of the theme of tonight's show, is how good those face sculpts looked and Tony's work on that. But they could have used the Tony for AEW, and I see Boss Fight in the chat. I mean, I don't know.
We never really saw any improvement in this line either. Like,
no.
Like when Classified came out, there was a lot of criticism about Classified, and they got better. Jazzwares never got better. Yeah. I thought they were going to be going back to maybe Fortnite stuff, because their Fortnite stuff wasn't bad.
Yeah, gotcha.
But, yeah.
All right, we'll move on from that. I think going retail again and they had trouble at retail. Look, AEW is for adults, and yeah, adults collect toys, but I think when it comes to wrestling, you want, like, WWE is going to sell figures because they're so popular. They're little Timothy's going to get his John Cena and his Roman Reigns from his mom, but I don't think Darby Allin and Hangman I don't think too many moms are shopping for those. You know what I mean? It's just a little more too adult focused, but something that both kids and adults can like is Jada Toys Mega Man Wave 4. Tony, I'm going to you, man. You collect Jada Toys, but you don't really collect Mega Man, though, right? You're muted. Muted.
Yeah, I would. I never got into the Mega Man stuff. I know there's a crap ton of it, and Jada is really killing it with these figures, and I hope they continue to do so. They're sure as hell killing it with the Street Fighter line. I always tell people that I'm almost done. I'm almost done with Jada. Knock it off. You know, T-Hawk and Zangief, and that's it. That's it for me. You know, I told you, Travis, you know, I don't really collect the Player 2s and the Violent Ken and the Angry Ryu and the pissed off Dalsim and the I'm blue dabba dee dabba dow freaking electrical whatever the hell. But no, man. I mean, these are cool, and these look dope on your shelf, on your desk, whatever. I mean, they're killing it with these, plus all their Scooby-Doo line. But I didn't never knew Mega Man went so deep. You know what I mean? And the lore with all the different characters and outfits. That's crazy.
Hey, technically, this is a Cobra figure. It's Snake Man. So
yeah.
Dr. Mindbender is at it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some of the Jada Mega Man figures. I love them. They're just fun. I'm definitely getting Proto Man because he's one of my favorite characters. Yeah. When that comes out, I love when they revealed him at San Diego Comic-Con. And Snake Man looks really good. The tail on the back of the helmet being articulated, and just that this paint job they're putting on him really helps them pop.
They're killing it. Yeah.
Was actually the first video game that I bought with my own money for my Nintendo back in the day. So it had a different feel to it when it was your own money going to the video game. So yeah. I am definitely going to be picking up these guys. I don't have all of them. Eventually, I do need to kind of go back and pick up more of them. But yeah, Proto Man's an insta pickup, and so Snake Man. The different color Mega Man, I don't need it, but that penguin is kind of cool. I gotta say,
so cute.
Especially the image they have where he was like getting ready to like give it a punt kick or whatever.
Yeah,
I have to get that little penguin. He looks adorable, and he'll be kicked by Mega Man.
I am never Mega Man in Marvel versus Capcom ever.
I am. He's great.
Are you really?
Yeah. Do you have him with a bigger character like Thanos or
yeah? You can't hit him. Yeah.
They sold me on that image where he's kicking that penguin. That sold me.
And yeah, we see the
He's ready.
soft goods.
He's ready to punt that
Oh
motherfucker.
yeah,
He's
look
ready
at
to punt
Proto
it in
Man.
orbit.
Proto Man
these
looks great. I
Yeah,
gotta
these
get that
these
guy.
are great, man. These are so good. So many fun poses. They do a great job selling you
Oh,
on
yeah.
these figures with these poses too. You know, and it's just like they don't try to do all kind of crazy lighting or anything. They're just like, hey, these are on your desk and look how they look. 'Cause
Yeah.
these are desk toys. These aren't
They're
you're
desk
not
toys.
like big giant classified in a war with tanks and stuff. This is just like something you're gonna fidget. It's a fidget toy.
But there's so many of them, you could put them on one of these risers in the DTOF, and it'd be a badass
Absolutely.
shelf.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's
Mine
fun.
stayed on my shelf, my desk at work for quite some time, just because they're just fun to pick up, especially when they released one like with the Mega Man had the different hair. I mean, we're getting blast effect, we're getting a stand, and they pose really well too.
What up, Rashad? Yeah.
What a rough shot. We got a great group of people watching tonight.
Yep,
Thank you
we do.
guys so much. I think I forgot last week, so just hit the like button. I hate doing all that YouTube stuff, but yeah, if you're new to the channel, see some new names, give us a subscribe, man. We got Yojo June coming up, and we got accepted to Comic-Con. We're all going to be there at Comic-Con, and then Tony will be at Joe Fest, so you know, he'll be reporting for Circle of Jerks, and hopefully we'll get some scoops from you too. So it'll be a lot of fun getting news for Yojo June and Comic-Con. So speaking of Yojo June, not Yojo June, Joe Fest, we got the Big Bad Workshop Blackwater Shadow Wraith. This has been reviewed. This has been out because these are the exclusives that have hit other conventions. But yeah, they got some good stuff for you to pick up. And they said they're going to announce another exclusive. So you can basically get 3 exclusives. This one will be in hand. And you got all the multiple different looks, the translucent skulls and face sculpts and body there. And then we also have the Demi-Warg Infiltrator. I was able to pre-order this at WonderCon. I think you can only pre-order this Infiltrator, the Demi-Warg, if you're at a convention. So I don't think it'll be in hand at Joe Fest from what I know, but Big Bad Workshop, Operation Monster Force will have this for pre-order. What do you think of this, Tony?
Man, this looks awesome. This looks awesome. Yeah, like I pre-ordered the Phantom Core beforehand. It's still in my pile of loot. I still haven't got it yet. I still haven't made them send them yet. But yeah, these are badass, dude. Of course, you'll be waiting forever, but they'll be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the paint jobs, you know, we're talking paint tonight, Tony, especially with Tony's paint, Tony Colella's paint, but the paint work from Chris Scott and company over at Operation Monster Force, Big Bag Workshop, Fresh Monkey Fiction is second to none, dude. They're so elite when it comes to camo paint.
Yeah, they get down on it. Yes, they do.
Yeah, and so many accessories. What do you think of this, Jason?
I still have yet to get anything Operation Monster Force, but I think I want to get one in hand just to see, you know, I'm liking what I see, but I want to get it in hand just to actually get it. But I do like what Big Bad Workshop is doing. I mean, we got, you know, the new Cops line from those guys, and I love this figure.
Lady Virgo.
Awesome stuff. And then what else we got going on here? Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. I think we'll talk about it then. We talked about, you and Bobby talked a lot about it. One Last Kill, Jason. So we're going to go to Tony on this because he watched 5 minutes. You really had to disappoint me, Tony. You're Mr. Punisher in a toy kind of mood. You're busy man, huh?
I was watching. I went to the movies with my nephew and saw Mortal Kombat. I should have stayed home and watched the.
Hey, at least we did when I heard that, I was like, all right, we'll make it the opener then, since you didn't see Punisher. But from I get, you haven't really saw the good stuff then, because
I've only seen where up to Manucci's threatening him in the wheelchair. I'm like,
okay, at least you saw that. At least you saw that. Punisher Max, right? So we got
the Nucci's. Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Oh yeah. One of the best Garth Ennis stories he's ever told.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going that route for this little movie. I'm like, oh hell yeah, here we go.
When I saw something that they had casted someone to play Manucci, I was like, I audibly went like, oh, we are going Welcome Back Frank. Let's do that.
Yeah. If they do to her what they did, and I don't spoil it, but I don't know. I know what they did to her in the comic. Let's just say holy shit.
Oh yeah.
I thought we were gonna go, but you know, we'll go read. Welcome Back, Frank. It's a great story.
Oh yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, it's Warren Ellis. Not Warren Ellis. Sorry.
Garth Ennis.
Garth Ennis.
Garth Ennis. Yeah. The Boys.
Yeah.
Yep. It's freaking dope. But yeah, I would say, look, the first half captures and throughout the show captures PTSD to a T.
Hardcore.
So shout out to the veterans out there. I know a lot of them. I read in the comments were like, people, you don't like him crying and all this. I'm dealing with this all the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of that going on. A lot of the visual and audio effects to really capture that. And like Genghis says, I don't know, man, you're underselling it. This is the most violent thing I've ever seen Disney do, ever. I mean, come on, what would be more violent than this show? And yeah, there's a lot of bloody kills. I'm shocked that was on Disney Plus. And but I guess I don't think it's a spoiler, but he finally discovers that he's like a hero. Right. I don't think it's no reveal. Like, it's not like, oh, my bad, Thanos showed up. No, but I'm just saying, like, no, he's a hero now. You know what I mean? So, which is, you know, that's how you kind of spin all that violence it's for a reason. And I agree with Jason in the pre-show, way too short. Like, this could have been a whole season.
And in the timeline, is this right before Brand New Day, in a way?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
And on that boat, Travis, thanks for saying that about PTSD and how it does affect veterans. We all have our own little quirks that we kind of came back from living a lifestyle that not a lot of people do. And that was totally on the nose what they did at the beginning. If y'all
that's crazy.
Problem with that, honestly, go talk to a vet, because this is the kind of things that we have to deal with. It's just, for us, it's just like, hey, we live with it. So I thought that was really good how they portrayed that. And it kind of hit a little part of me, you know, when I saw it. So, but otherwise, dude, this could have been a movie. There was so much more they could have done with this. The absolute, when we talk about one of the most violent things on Disney Plus there is, yes, there's a scene that is straight up out of Mogadishu that happens in there. It is just straight up continuous violence, and it was done well.
That's good. It's good to hear.
And I agree with Robert McCaffrey here, because I think they're going to step away from a lot of shows. Now, we do have Born Again season 3, I guess, right, coming out.
Yeah.
But they're going to do a lot more of these one-shots. I wouldn't say Punisher is a C character at all.
To me, he's straight up A. He's straight up A or B plus. Yeah.
For G.I. Joe people, is it A++++++++? That's why we talk a lot about Punisher. But for the normal, you know, Spider-Man's A+, Captain America's A+, he's an A or A-, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah, I do get it, though. You make a good point. There could be a lot of those one-shots getting to know characters. I thought Wonder Man was a fun season, but that's from a Hollywood point of view. There's some new things they could do. So yeah, like Moon Knight maybe could have been a one-shot instead. And I love Moon Knight, but maybe to introduce people, that probably would have been better to do the one shot.
Right up my alley with all these Marvel Knights.
Yeah, exactly.
The Werewolf by Night one shot was really good. They really need to explore that one shot thing more often.
Yeah, they do.
Got you.
All right, Werewolf by Night was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, it was so great. All right, figure time. We got Punisher. He looks a lot like what we just got. Maybe not the beard, probably not as thick, but this doesn't really say where it's from. So to me, it feels like a combination of Born Again season 2 and the One Last Kill, because in the Brave New World, Brand New Day trailer, he is clean shaven. So that's probably part of that Welcome Back Frank thing going on. But yeah, I mean, I like it. Romo, did you pre-order?
Yes, I pre-ordered this. It's pretty awesome. There's a lot of things you can do with this. If you don't like the, I mean, I love Bernthal and I love what they're doing, but it's just too much. It's too DJ Pauly D to me with that haircut, man. That's not my Punisher. But I love John Bernthal, and he pulls it off pretty good with how he has to look in the TV show, in the series. But my Punisher straight, part on the side, part that hair to the side, go to the side like Dolph Lundgren's hair used to be. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But with this, you can do so much with this. Yeah, you can do so much with that. exactly. I don't know. John Bernthal's face on a toy just looks so weird to me.
You'll like this though, Tony.
Yeah, that, or I could put the I was telling them on alternate heads, you could put the Gamerverse Punisher head, one of them on that new body.
On this one, the Gamerverse, yeah.
No, the Gamerverse on the one that's coming out, the one that pre-ordered.
On the one we're seeing right here.
Yeah, and then you got him sleeveless. You got him short gloves.
True.
You know, he's worn that. He's worn that in the comic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did get a figure of that in Marvel Legends where he was with the sleeves that eye and the glove.
Motorcycle. Yeah, the motorcycle. They were even higher.
And this figure sold out too.
Yeah.
Sold out where?
They finally gave us a new blast effect, so that's cool.
And that is a straight up, dude. That looks like a straight up Glock. That looked like a Glock right there.
Isn't that the same weapon? Because they actually changed his web gear on his belt.
Yeah.
That's the same gun that came with Born Again, because I have it right here.
Oh, nice.
I'm looking at it as well. Yeah.
The shoddy looks good. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one.
But his web gear and holster, that's all new parts. Yep. So that's cool. It looks like
the shouting face is dope. The shouting face.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Sick.
He looks good. He looks good for what he is. And yeah, I could see, you could put there's so many different cool head sculpts that you got from the comic version that you could throw on here too if you wanted. But he looks dope. Look at that. That's where your sidearm should be. That's where how the shotgun should look. It looks nice.
Oh, the grenades store on the belt too. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. See the smoke grenade.
If only they had given him a holster for his tomahawk on his back, like because there's still no place to put that tomahawk. It looks like, but still, yeah, it's all good.
Dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So this is definitely a bigger success than the first Born Again, but at least with the Born Again, people are like, "Oh, I'm mad I bought it," but like, you can mess around with it. We have so many Punishers. There's 3D printed heads. You can mess around, and you don't have to just have the clean shaven head. And you can maybe take that face and put it on this, and then the new body, like you said, put the Jim Lee.
Partner him with that Daredevil in the tracksuit, the hoodie.
Oh yeah, I got him on my desk.
Yeah. Awesome pig. Manucci.
All right. And then the last thing is Marvel fan stream for Marvel, I should say. A Marvel fan stream will be on Monday. Here's the interesting part. In the description on like social media and everything, it said Dan Yoon will be joined by Mr. Stevie. So no Dwight again. Now, after the last show, Dan said, "Oh, don't worry, Dwight's still with us." Is he still with Hasbro? Is he like, there's a lot of, after people in the comments were like, "Oh, no Dwight," guess what? We know what that means. You figured they would fast track his ass on this one to shut everyone up. They didn't. So what do we think? What's Dwight's situation here? Is he also, I don't want to start rumors or anything, but when you don't put, he's not on this back-to-back fan streams. He's not in the description. Even Dan, he could have put something like, "Oh, don't worry again. He's busy. He's whatever." He didn't put nothing. So
he's taking over G.I. Joe, bro. Dwight's got it.
He's not. He's not. But
okay, he's going to boss fight. I'm sorry. He's going to boss fight.
All right, now, you know what? If they got some freaking TKO money if they got Dwight.
I know, dude.
Is TKO back in boss fight? You got Lenny.
You got All-Star Squadron over there.
You got what are we doing here? TKO back.
Boss fight about to plow everybody.
Got the dream team over here.
They're about the dream team. They're about
final boss of boss fight. Boss fight Dwight. Boss fight Dwight.
DC line.
Well, last time he had like undergone some kind of surgical procedure. I don't think he'd still be out for this long, but he might be, depending on what he had done.
Look at this one. Real Figs. Not dropping rumors. Proceeds to drop the biggest rumor.
That's me, bro.
It's not what.
That's
what we're trying to do, but look, if the writing is on the wall that there's something going on, or maybe like Jason said, he's got a procedure, but you would want to be, see, this is why I think and Dan Yoon has been great with this transparency in the community, but BMAC, his transparency has been superb. Prior to these leaving about things going on, we still got, remember we said we still got a lot going on for Yojo June, but man, you figured they'd want to say something about him if he's still with Marvel. You know what I mean? Just to, especially after all these people leaving, especially G.I. Joe. You know, there's a big crossover there. To just avoid it, come on.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they can see we're talking about it, and if we're talking about it, you know, that's something.
Well, when I hang out with those guys at, what were you gonna say, Jay?
No, I'm saying they're just leaving us guessing right now.
Right. Well, I was gonna say, when I do once a year meet up with them for the Comic-Con party, Dwight's part of that crew. That doesn't mean he's at Boss Fight. It doesn't mean, hey, maybe he's gonna be on G.I. Joe as a senior advisor. He was a modern era. I mean, look, we got.
He loves G.I. Joe. Dwight loves G.I. Joe.
The Stahl family. You know what I mean? Like Bomb Strike and all those, all her brothers and everything are all Stahl. So I don't know. I'm not saying he's not the. I know he's not the G.I. Joe, not the new G.I. Joe designer. I know
they got a lot of good people over there.
But he could help with the brand. You know, I don't know. So I'm just speculating. There's no rumors. What do you mean?
Look at all these rumors.
They're just educated guesses. And there are other.
Sometime.
Yeah, there are other. All right, here we go. Professor said, BMAC said that he and Tony had classified under control. Yeah, exactly. And he tried to be transparent.
yeah. He had it so much under control, Tony bounced.
All right, look, we got to ask this. What's a G.I. Joe classified fan stream going to look like now? We got a Marvel one now. Now, we're probably not going to get nothing till Yojo June, but what's that going to look like without the usual suspects? How do you guys feel about that?
I think what Hasbro needs to do, and I brought this up on Alternate Heads as well, what you need is people that are used to talking to the general public, that have a personality, if you would, a flair for the camera. And I think that, you know, the gentlemen here on this podcast would be perfect contenders to be flown out, wined and dined by Hasbro to present their product to the good people out there. I'm sure everybody in the chat agrees with it. Moody, I think you and I would be well taken care of by Hasbro, all expenses paid on a trip out there. You know,
hold on. Two things. I have a resume. I was a WWE presenter for Mattel, and they actually asked me to work, but it was during WrestleMania weekend. I already had that booked. I could not do it, so I have it. And I'm from 20 minutes from Pawtucket.
Okay,
I can drive myself. They don't have to put me in a hotel. So if you want me to present G.I. Joe product, I have the resume, and you don't have to put me up. I'm good.
I'm going
just
to.
They're not going to do it. I'm just.
I'm going to submit my rider. I do have some requirements. All expenses paid. That's just the beginning. I need a gym to work out, you know, and I don't come cheap. But still, you could always get one of us. I'm sure we'd be quite available. I will make time in my busy schedule. I have no qualifications to speak of.
They're going to look at subscriber count. We're not going. There's going to be someone with 400,000 plus. Huh?
You don't look at my subscriber count. Look at my heart. Okay.
I know. I'm just telling you what they're looking at. And I get it totally. I mean, I'd rather see Dan Larson than me there anytime. I don't need to be there. Yojo June unveiled the Ninja Force figs and Cole Slither. Yes. People called it Yo Slow June or No Joe June. But wasn't that last year?
Slow
Joe
June.
I did just get this guy. Oh my God.
Nice.
Wait, how'd you get it that fast?
I ordered through CMD store.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, didn't they charge you tariffs and stuff?
Maybe.
He paid out the nose.
I have never been smart with money. Okay. I went to college to keep myself in mid-grade whiskey and high-grade toys. Okay. No other reasons. That's it.
You got Jay's Battlegrounds over here. What up, Michael Mars? What's going on? What's good?
Hey-o.
Hey,
good crew tonight in the chat, boy.
Oh, it's so much fun every week. I love it. Look, it's just speculation. We're not starting rumors. We're just saying, like, come on.
I'm just saying.
We're just talking about it. God.
Yeah, we're just saying, like, it's like I think E. Worthy said it's a what if. What if he, that's it. Yeah, there's someone already. They've already got someone in line. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, moving on.
They got a ton of people there. They're good.
I'm available.
All right, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm available.
Moving on. All right. Yeah, because here we go. Like, what up, Chaz? He was here last week. Hasbro joins Boss Fight, so we don't need to even worry about Yojo June because it's canceled.
Emily's going over there next.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, someone put in the chat, it's going to be Emily and BMAC, but then you have no designers. They're just marketing. Yeah. That's like having Ryan and Dan without Dwight, too. And they've done that. They've done that.
Thinking they're the only designers is insanity. Right. There's so many designers over there killing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's other designers. They're just probably not ready for camera yet. So you may not yet.
We're just used to seeing them on camera. That's all this is. Okay. There are so many other irons in the fire over there.
Oh, God. It's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, Chaz, the line died like 17 times before you got here.
We also confirmed that Marvel Legends died because Dwight went to Boss Fight.
Yeah, Dwight's at Boss Fight now.
I'm getting some news here. Hang on a second. Wait. Yes, Travis Moody is now with Boss Fight.
Hey, I'll be
and Tony Romo is now at McFarlane Toys.
There you go.
That's why the line is ending in this coming year.
Toy kind of mood is over. Travis is now with Boss.
Yeah. This is going to be me at Comic-Con with the whole Boss Fight team.
Travis is now with the full force.
That's right. So this is what started it all about a week ago. Tony had a party. It got leaked, but he was cool. And yeah, man, thank you, Tony, because look, we did 2 shows on Lenny. The least we could do is 1 on Tony. And we have Tony with us. So it's kind of cool. We have Tony right here.
It's like Colella, can you take all these cameras out of my work out with you now since you got all my freaking ideas, you asshole? No.
Yeah.
He said it. He said on a Toy Kind of Mood, only his room.
Exactly.
It's
eventually Cox is going to show up at Boss Fight. Cox fight. Cock fight.
Oh, no. That dude needs to just go away.
The hell with Cox.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Dirty Knives, we opened the show with that. Well, we opened it with Mortal Kombat, so skip to the 10-minute mark. And we talked all about that song again. Why does Tony look like Jesus in that pic? Thanks to, I don't know. I think Death Valley.
You looking at.
Cool. But yeah,
helicopters and flags and everything.
Yeah, to me, I just think like, look, we talked a lot about Lenny. He does, and he well deserved, right? One of the best designers in the business. But it takes 2 to tango, and we know there's a bigger team than even 2. But over the years, and this is a guy who's created figures from the ground up for other lines like Marvel Legends. We'll show some of those. But man, and you're gonna love this show, guys, because some of the stuff I had a talk with Tony for like 2 or 3 days before doing this. I wanted to make sure I did my homework. So we're going to talk about when he started. When he started, there was a drastic change from what we had to what we got forward once Tony got there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that he's so. Again, we did 2 full episodes on Lenny. He's the designer, but as someone who's a paint model master paint model, master model artist, whatever. He came in to like be his Robin, but he eventually became his, Dick Grayson Batman. You know what I mean? Like he came in and he's his Nightwing. He went from Robin and Nightwing. Like he's like, oh shit, this he could hold his own. As you saw, more as the fan streams kept rolling on, Tony started answering business questions. He wasn't answering those in the beginning. It was Emily. And it was, even Lenny wasn't answering those. Then Tony was answering the business questions. Then he was talking about the design, not just the paint. In the beginning, it was like, I liked what I did with the face print and the paint. But as the line grew on, it was a lot about design. And that's why I wanted to spotlight Mr. Colella today. So, salute to him. And to me, he's a secret weapon. Not that he's a secret, we know Tony, but it's like, man, when you get to see some of the stuff that he really did, it's mind-blowing to take Lenny's great designs and enhance it, to a point where it's like, oh, it goes from great to, oh shit, I need this, and it's sold out, right? That's kind of like where Tony came in. Let me get a couple comments in here before we move on. Okay, what we got?
Everyone's a boss fight.
Yeah, it's weird because Lenny and Cantaloupe's wives are still with Hasbro for the time being. Lenny was all over the recent expensive ass Grogu promo.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did mention that too. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's like someone being in AEW and then their spouse being in WWE. It's gonna happen.
Well, it's not like Lenny left, like, you know what, flipping the bird on the way out the door. It was an amicable parting, and they are professionals within this industry. So that it couldn't have been handled better on that aspect. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Nobody's shitting on the other person.
No, I don't think any bridges were burned either. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
No. Years of unwatchable Star Wars live streams have taught us anything. It's that selling the product on camera is a skill sometimes, and they shouldn't, right? They're there to design the toys. Lenny happens to be a rock star. Tony got more comfortable as time went on. As we played the video in the beginning, I play it again. But yeah, I don't think that's more like, and that's not even a marketing job either, because at the end of the day, marketing, they're not always on camera. It's just they decided to do a digital stream during COVID, and then they kept up with it instead of doing live, a lot of live appearances. And now they do live appearances, so they don't have to do as many fight streams. Mars says, going forward, whoever comes in has plenty of source material. That's the heavy lifting. Yeah. Cool. All right. First figure that he worked on in the line. What do you guys think of this? It's completely out of left field, but he tried something. Cobra Island Firefly.
Oh, I got to talk to him about that one still.
Yeah.
Well, we liked the face sculpt under that balaclava, didn't we? Didn't we think that was?
Oh yeah, cool? that looked dope. Yeah. It looked like he'd been through some shit. Yeah.
And this is where like Jason's military stuff comes in. I did not like that he was wearing a bomb disposal suit and he is a bomb setter.
Thank you.
I always didn't like, why are you wearing armor? You're just going out to plant something. You're
I did the same shit. You're not diffusing anything. I
mean, this figure was a bit difficult to find, wasn't it, when it came out?
It was. All the Cobra Island stuff was pretty rough if you weren't there day one to get that box, and you had to drive to like far targets. You couldn't just go to like the ones local. They were hitting all sporadically. It was really weird. And to think, this is his first figure unclassified, but Tony's been with Hasbro for 20 years. This is 6 years ago, so he's been with the company 14 years prior to Firefly.
Oh, and this one had the Nerf gun too. That's a Nerf gun design.
That's a Nerf gun.
I did not like those at all.
No, hell no. No one did. That's why I went to Mark Gerwig. I Mark II Design and Mark Van Cannon at Gridiron. I got all my 3D weapons because of this damn, all the Nerf guns that would do with this guy. Yeah, but this is for this being Tony stuff. This is he rocked with the camouflage. I don't know about that
too. He was proud about the camo and the face print, and that's his imprint on this figure because remember the design is not his. This is his first time doing.
Right. That's basically
the design came from the game, and Lenny was like, "All right, fine." You know what I mean? It
exactly.
Came from Operation Blackout. I don't think Lenny made this on the ground up, and if he did, hey, they fixed it the next time around. But yes, I did. I mean, I like the drone. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, that was I think a friend of mine was also like, why are they using like some Looney Tunes ass dynamite? Where's the plastique? And I was like, look, man, it's a toy line. Shut up, buddy.
It's a toy line, but you're right. You got some Wile E. Coyote Acme dynamite. What a plastique at?
I agree. The loadout was sick, except for the Nerf guns, which took over the whole first couple waves.
I threw all that drone bullshit in the bin.
Love these.
Everything's stored on him too. So
yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Whatever. Sucked.
Yeah. Shout out to that. All right. What else we got going on here too? So Major Blood. We talked about this guy last week because he's definitely the first. So like classified up to me, like taken from what because the first stuff was Operation Blackout copies of the Nerf, but then they were like, all right, this is taking the old classified toy and this is Lenny's vision, right? And it's the first killer app, as you would say, first killer figure of the line was this Major Blood, and then that face sculpts, a lot of that scan, that's Tony's work right there, Jason.
I mean, the loadout on this guy was great. I love that revolver he came with, and the robotic arm was really well done on here. I mean, for them to go back to the well on this one as well and only make some color changes and maybe change the pins clearly shows that this figure was a success. I think there were a couple issues with it, but overall, this was a solid fig.
Oh, yeah, I would go even higher than solid for the time it came out, because it definitely made some changes. And yeah, it's still one of the best head sculpts in line, if not the best, 5.5 years later. So yeah, it's up there.
And like you said, it classified up what was the original design. And yeah, they just knocked it out of the park with this one.
Tony, I think this was the beginning of great face work from Classified 2, because look, Duke's face wasn't bad. You didn't need Roadblock and Scarlet were hit and miss for a lot of people. Duke's was fine, but after that, this was really like the start of the first like full great face sculpt that we got. And Mr. Colella went for the grotesque appearance. So your thoughts on that?
That's exactly true. This was a smoking, kicking ass rendition of Blood, and that head sculpt is one of the best ones to this day still, I think. And like what Jason said, the arm and the gear, and it's just like what you would say about taking the OG 3 3/4 inch and scaling it up and classifying that shit up. This is one of the first ones, I think, in my memory that I do remember of this Blood. He was one of the first ones to have a drop leg holster the way you're supposed to have it. Not just one strap around the damn mid thigh. He's got a strap from the front of the belt to the back to the belt around. I'm like, yes, that's what. And with that big old hand cannon, he's got that big old revolver. You're gonna need that, and he's one of the ones that really got it right. Before any of the others, because back with Flint and Duke and the rest, they have that. They just had the holster with a strap around the thigh, and we all know that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah, in real life or the toy, they slide down
in
all
real
the time.
life. Yeah, the toy slides down too. Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine him jumping out of the chopper and you hit the ground, your holster and your piece is going right to the ground.
The last thing you want to be is adjusting your gear when you're working. So, no.
So they rock with this one. This is beautiful. Even the remake of this was great.
Was it just me, or did the posability on this one seem really good too? Because I just remember like posing the crap out of this guy.
He moved really well. Yeah.
Okay. It felt like there was a difference with this one too, like as far as handling.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So Corey Cantaloupe designed the figure.
Yeah, he
Tony
sculpted the crap out of
sculpt. So yeah, absolutely great work. So this, I mean, if you're questioning what's going on in Boss Fight, get ready, because with this team there, this was 6 years ago. Imagine the technology they have now and the experience. Not only, with G.I. Joe military, who knows what they're going to do. We'll talk about that, but let's run through more of Tony's beginnings. And we're talking Colella, not Romo, but Romo's here. So we got Snake Eyes movie Scarlet. Now here's the punchline. This was the only figure in the Snake Eyes movie line that Tony worked on. It's the only good figure in the line.
And you can, you can tell. Yes. You can tell. Look at that face sculpt. Look at the hair. Look at the armor, everything. It rocked to me, this killed the first release Scarlet in the Classify line. And this is from the movie. This tour, I cobbled together and made a better Scarlet because of this figure.
Yeah, the armor was really good on this one too.
They're dope.
Mm-hmm. The weathered. First time we get weathering.
Oh yeah, the retro looks better, Josh. Yeah, I'm talking about the first release.
But for a figure that you can look at and say, "Oh, that's Scarlet."
Yep.
The only thing that could have made this figure better is if they had double jointed the arms, but she still looks great. That head sculpt you're right. This was like the best out of the line.
Yep.
What's crazy is this figure is better than Samara Weaving in the way she looks in the movie. Like they made usually it's, all right, we're taking something, right? Whether it's a comic, another toy or a movie, and then we're making a toy and it's not going to look as good. The copy looks better than the real thing. Like it looks so damn good. This is the first great female sculpt. Face sculpt. Baroness was solid, but you know, she got the glasses, kind of hides long hair, but this was the best female face sculpt at the time.
Because
right,
that
when
first
this came out
was a bit rough, man.
Horrible. Not good. Not good. But yeah, great stuff right there. And go figure, right? When I was talking to Tony, he was like, yeah, I did Scarlet. And I was like, that's the only one you did? Go figure. Laugh emojis. But yeah, the weathering on the armor, the coloring. I love the yellow looks really good. Everything. This is a home run, and it's from a movie line. Like every figure is like $2.
Movie.
They pay you to take these figures. And this is a great figure. We finally got a good roadblock after 3 of them. Well, this is the third one, right? So this was all right. We finally got our roadblock, right? Tank top, infantry roadblock, and this is Tony all over it, man.
I mean, of course, I would have loved to see a Maudus instead of that big ass Gatling gun.
Yeah,
but we can fix that. This was roadblock proper.
Yeah. Alexander says, I try not to complain about military accuracy with a pistol holster. I think he's talking about blood. Oh no, Scarlet, maybe Scarlet. I don't know. Tell us who you're talking about, Alex.
I think he's talking about blood, but
yeah, got you. But yeah, what do you think of this one, Romo?
dude, it's awesome. I mean, everything was great. This was my it's the OG. It's what Roblox should look like. I mean, yeah, he's got a little bit of futuristic boots or the armor plate over his boots, but I think I was gonna replace them with what did I do? Bazookas or someone or another guy with boots with laces, but I didn't. I kept them like that, and there goes your deuce right there, Jay.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's block.
Yes, that's from Gridiron. I did the same thing. Yep.
Okay, I do not have mine outfitted with that, but I might have to give Gridiron some money now.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the shit. And look, we're talking about the paint work anyway, so the weapons and all that.
Exactly.
We kind of talked about the design. We talked about the designs and some of the weapon choices last week, but we could still mention it, but it's definitely more about the face. Just look at the face compared to the first roadblock. Even when they remember they did the remasters, like where they're slightly repainted of the first wave, pretty much. I think minus Destro, because they just came out of the retro Destro that was the same. But everybody got like a slight upgrade in paint. I think it was Duke, Roadblock, and Scarlet. And yeah, this was still way better.
Big time, way better. Great camo
still
on
the
that tank top.
definitive Roadblock. Yep, still.
Yeah. That's my definitive roadblock on the shelf too. DVM, hell yeah.
Yeah, that face sculpt is amazing. Like you don't want to mess with this man. And I like how he can just hold the helmet and his other like this nailed it for me. Roadblock always did come with the helmet in his first figure. He did have one. It's like you said, they classified him up, and yeah, sculpt. That figure looked great. Finally glad we got him to look a little bit more like what we're used to seeing.
Nope. All I did was give him a Gridiron loadout. That's all Hasbro.
Yep. Cool. We still haven't gotten a retro roadblock, which is insane. All those roadblocks we got right away, and we've gotten like no retro carded roadblock yet. We got Tiger Force, which is a repaint of.
Yeah, we didn't get a retro carded one, but that's your retro right there. Yeah.
I still thought they would have did something retro, maybe Sunbow. You know what I mean? Just something different. We did get a retro carded one of this, but these were the 2 big exclusives that Tony first worked on, and that's Dr. Mindbender. But there's not a whole lot of like paint app stuff, but I just kind of wanted to more. I mean, I think the metallic silvers was definitely an upgrade from some of the grayish silver paint that we got prior. So I think that was definitely a major upgrade on the cod piece.
Yeah, I know you're looking at that.
All day, playa.
Also, how can you not? Thanks, Chris. Hell yeah. What up, Chris D'Amato?
It's the little details on this guy. I love the clear plastic on the monocle, you know.
That was dope, yeah.
And that mustache, like he's about to go or something like that.
The monocle is definitely some work from him for sure, as far as that digital print. And yes, the retro would be the 86, the white ripped up T-shirt. It wouldn't be the imagery. So good call. And I'm really mad at Hasbro for not releasing this as a set. How did we not get all this cool stuff in the back? Like we should have got that as a set. Mindbender's whole, like that would have been easy to do.
Mindbender's lab, yeah.
Yeah, his whole lab, his whole like Frankenstein's lab would have been sick. All right, major paint here because you have a real big challenge, Jason, when you're trying to contrast copper and gold and a metallic green. I know it's hard to see in that picture, but for those who have Serpentor, that's not the like thigh pads, but a lot of that whole web gear or whatever you want to call it, and the gauntlets and boots. Those are like a very shiny metallic green. So such a challenge.
Man, there was so much going on with this figure, and he is still sought after to this day. Yeah. I love this Serpentor. This was honestly just such a great design. Like, it makes me want to kind of pull him off the shelf because, I mean, he's bigger than everybody as well, but perfect job of classifying him up with just the options as well with everything you can change out on him. Damn, they knocked it out of the park. And we got the chariot with this figure too. I'm honestly surprised we have not had this reissued at least in like a retro line or something. Because man, this was such a great fig. Some of their best work.
Romo.
Yeah, he's freaking huge. I never picked him up. I was content with what I had. You know, he's borderline Cobra Law and all that crap, but still. He's in the comic and he worked kind of cool in the comic when I was reading it, but the paint job, man, with the scales and like Travis was saying, the copper, the green, the gold, that ain't easy, man. That's crazy how every little piece is how it's supposed to be, down to the snake coils on the top of his boots and stuff, and the gold headpiece and everything. Not to mention, his chariot with his machine guns on that thing, but his paintwork on him, they killed it. They I don't think anybody disliked this thing.
And I'm like glances back at mine on the shelf. He's got such a presence because he's just so much bigger than he was. Like one of the larger classified figures we had at the time on the Kombat.
Yeah, he's bigger than Roadblock. He's bigger than Bazooka. He's bigger than Sarge, I think.
Jason, he's the centerpiece of my collection. If I can slide it over there, see him up there. He's up on top of that tower, standing.
Put some lights in them details. Put some lights in them details.
I know. I still got to upgrade it. Hey, I actually cleaned my room. Remember all the figures on the floor? I put them all in the detail today.
What's going on? I'm just gonna block that out then. Well, I got a little bit of mess back there. I need to clean up.
Yeah, that's how my room was.
Yeah, I just got that's just a box I need to clear out. I moved up a couple of new figures that came in off the shelf, and but anyway.
Bam. Yeah.
This is a good shout right here, Romo. 50 cals.
The 50 cals. Yeah.
That chariot was amazing. Like all the detail they put on there, spinning blades, the mouth opens up, guns inside. They did a good. He wasn't exclusive. It's for like one of the cons, wasn't he?
PulseCon.
He was a PulseCon exclusive? Dang.
I think so. Yeah, because he wasn't at Comic-Con.
You think they would re-release him without the chariot at least for
I don't know, man. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Gypsy in the house.
Or the shirtless.
Well,
yeah. What's up,
she
Gypsy?
is wonderful.
Oh, Michelle. I did double take.
I raid her show. She raids mine. All right. Before we move on to Tony Collella's favorite paintwork, his own favorite paintwork, talk about that difference from the Operation Blackout and some of the earlier figures to what we just saw. Like, see the major upgrade, right, Jason?
Well, like if we talk about like first run of.
Well, I'm just saying, like you could see the upgrade, like it's obvious. But I did want to just point it out.
Well, when did Tony come into the line? You know, what wave or anything?
Well, it was Firefly Cobra. We did it.
Okay, all right.
It
That's
was
what I
Firefly
thought.
Cobra Island, Major Blood Cobra Island, and the last movie figure, which was Scarlet. And then
right.
So it was the very end of Cobra Island, because
Yeah.
Major Blood and Firefly were at the end, because we got the Cobra Troopers first and Cobra Commander and stuff like that.
I mean, when we look at things like when we first got Duke, this was like, wave one. It was rose-colored glasses, and we were all, wanting our G.I. Joes back. But this was not a bad figure when it got released.
No.
It's like, once we got it, it's like, oh, there are things that we wanted to change on it. Some of us didn't like the laser guns. We wanted more G.I. Joe. Like, I've replaced him with gridiron gear.
Right.
And I think I colored in his watch because the watch didn't have color on it as well. So I added some red to that. We were making improvements on the stuff, but we weren't like 100% happy. And
I was hella not.
The weird comms device or whatever this blue thing was on there.
I didn't mind that. The Joe Pro, the Joe Pro.
I don't know what those things were supposed to be, but it was just like too much armor, and they were trying to update the line, okay? And I was out looking for those figs, so it's like there was too much paint in some areas, and then some paint just didn't make any sense.
Right. So do you think it was like a feedback hire? So they came out, they had the vision, they had the movie stuff. Remember, they pulled Lenny from Transformers for this, and they're kind of basing it on this game with hopes that the game takes off. And the game is not made by Activision or someone like, you know what I mean? It's a very small, under the radar company. So I don't know what kind of thought that was, but I'm thinking the reaction of, we want more realistic stuff. We want more gritty. When they probably saw that kids weren't buying this because of a game, it was adults. It was adults that love their 80s toys. They probably wanted to bring on someone who had those aesthetics and that 80s love. Because when we talk about a little bit of his work from Marvel Legends, a lot of that's 80s inspired that he did. So, but then we get into the classified up stuff, and I said, okay, tell me your favorite paint work. And he had a story about this one. Colella did. Okay. Tony said, because of a time crunch and some production snafus, the factory actually had to use the same exact face sculpt. If you look, and honestly, I haven't really noticed that much, and I reviewed it, but if you look, it's the same exact face sculpt. Now, the whole chat's going to go, duh, we all knew that, but still.
I knew that. I'd looked at it. Well, I'm me, though. I'm the customizer.
You have an eye for that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I knew it looked, it's going to look a lot alike because it's the same character, but I did not know it was the same exact face sculpt. So Tony took it as a challenge to completely change the look of him with just the face print alone. And that's one of his highlights that he brought to line, because he was like, otherwise we're just stuck with one of them, the mustache.
Facial hair, baby. Facial hair, baby.
Yeah, he absolutely crushed it. But beyond that, the colors of the figure, as far as the palette choices, are awesome.
I was going to pick him as one of my three.
Yeah, I kind of regret not picking this one. But honestly, when you're using the one with his hair pulled up, you're actually probably using the helmet and everything. So, it's looking different as far as presentation anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's the magic that we had right there. And then just look at all the...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All the different, because you're trying to take an 80s samurai, kind of a goofy figure from the line, and making it real world, and also paying homage to the great samurai of old. Remember, Lenny's whole story was to pay homage to the grandfather samurai, but then also have him current modern, spec ops samurai too. So, man, the design is obviously amazing, but to add all these different gritty paints is very important, to capture that reality.
Yeah. I made a couple green shirts to wear his other armors. Pretty badass. Yeah.
Sick.
This thing I would think of never ever getting this damn figure, but once this came out and I saw it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting two of them.
I accidentally got 2 of these because one got lost in the mail and like showed up like 3 weeks later.
Oh crap!
They delivered it to a house that they were like, "Do you know who that is?" I was like, "I have no idea who that is." So they just Hasbro sent me another one, and then like 3 weeks later, the other one showed up.
And so we also talked about Operation Monster Forces camo, but hey, we never had that much camo in figures up until then because yes, we'll talk about Footloose, Hit and Run. We got those later, but this kind of set the precedent for those figures, him doing the 60th line. And then he also took this as a great challenge because of how time consuming it was to do the 60th anniversary. And remember, you have to come up with, at the end of the day, Hasbro still sells toys to kids. They're not Volaverse. They're not Operation Monster Force where it's strictly adult collectors. So you have to keep that in mind that he has to make realistic, but still has to appeal to kids. So I think if you look at it from that point of view, I think the camo work is really good for the limited amount of money probably he had to use.
Oh yeah, he killed it with the camo. Yeah.
And I still like all 3 of these figs.
Yep. Same here.
These are great.
I put Glenda's head on the sniper.
Oh, nice. But yeah, like the face paint on. Remember, people were like, "I don't even need Hit and Run because I got my Halo jumper now." People like that figure that much.
They're not wrong.
And then Hit and Run came out and they killed it. They knocked it out of the park with it.
Yeah, they did something totally different. Yeah, but yeah, this kind of set the stage, and it was a good challenge for Tony to work on, and obviously he showed his skills with some camo there. So especially not starting off with a lot of camo characters, just kind of jumping into something different there too. So then he also pointed out, now a lot of people don't like, we talked about him a couple weeks ago, the Stage 2 Morat, but that face sculpt, he worked with Tony on that and helped co-design that face sculpt with Lenny, and I think that face sculpt is worth buying the figure alone because it's so fun.
Is the only reason I got that figure.
Exactly.
I would not have gotten that figure if he hadn't come with that creepy ass, like, oh my God, I don't even want to know what noise that head sculpt would make. And that's the only reason I bought it.
It's awesome. I mean, all the crystals, like the dark energon crystals, like exploding out of his mouth up into the head through the eyes. I think it's really cool. And now this wasn't anything Tony pointed out, but there's a lot of memes. Chaz had some and stuff, but I still think this Once a Man Cobra Commander is so fun. I think the paint work on the face is really fun. It's kind of goofy, but it's supposed to be Cobra, 80s crazy. And I like, again, it's kind of like Serpentor where you got like, this time you got a beige meshed with like this golden color. So it's really tough to get that down. I thought they did it. And then look at all the paint wash, because remember, he's transforming, right? Mm-hmm. Mutating, I should say. Sorry. Mutating from Cobra Commander to this. And you could see all the wash from the blood, all that. You started to have a little bit of blood there and blood streaks, Tony.
And all those are supposed to be eyeballs on him too, extra eyeballs. That's nasty.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because he's mutated.
From the Sunbow. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That alternate head was really cool. Alternate head, Jason. So that was Tony's highlights in our little chat. I'm sure he has more. I'm sure we'll be able to talk to him down the line. Maybe reflect. Maybe you ask him some different questions. But yeah, kind of looking at his favorite stuff. Now we're gonna get into. We'll get into some Marvel. So these are 2 figures he created for Marvel Legends from the ground up, and I think they're both bangers. MODOK. I have the one on the left. He designed it from the ground up. Wasn't Dwight, it was Tony.
Wow, that's awesome. Yep. Never picked him up, man, but he's badass, and the Elvis one is so funny.
Yeah, that was like a redo for an exclusive or whatever, right? So.
It was sad this MODOK actually shelf warmed for a while because it was actually a really good figure.
So good.
And you could tell this like their first kind of, hey, we can do a Build-A-Figure or we can try. Wasn't this like their first time doing this? Because that figure you have to assemble in the package.
Yeah, you sure do.
Yep.
So this is
I
the
don't
first
know.
one from build a figure to actually putting it on the shelf. I dig it.
Absolutely. I don't know if this is a compliment for, former Hasbro designer Tony or for us, but this Jay Uso over here. I was gonna sell all my GI Joes. All this talk got me excited again. I might not sell them. That's a massive.
Oh, that's
compliment.
definitely us. That's definitely us.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we'll give Romo the
Don't
credit
throw
on
it
that.
off.
That's awesome. Thanks, Jace. And then, man, one of my all-time favorite Marvel Legends. He only came out just a few years ago. The Infinity Gauntlet, classic Thanos. Ron Lim's comic.
Yes.
Yeah, this is so good.
Say that
Romo,
shit.
take me away on this, bro.
Say that shit. Ron Lim, dude. Oh my God. Ron Lim is one of the kings, bro. Yeah, and he did a real good job with the gold and not just the flat orange or the flat yellow they did on another figure.
Right.
And all the gems and the gauntlet. And yeah, he looked really, really good. That deep blue, royal blue, whatever. And yeah, this guy's still in my collection.
Thank you, David. Good seeing you, buddy. We got to talk when Yojo June happens. I know Mr. Romo is going to see you in a little bit.
I'll see you up there. Yep.
Yeah.
The voice of Joe Fest.
He is the voice of Joe Fest. So yeah, we got the Infinity Gauntlet Thanos. So this was designed in, I don't know if it was even painted by him. It had to be, but he said he designed this from the ground up. So he's not just a painter. So there
if
you go.
all he's doing is looking at Ron Lim, he can't go wrong.
So Hella Geek,
Infinity Wars, all that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Hella Geek's gonna join us hopefully soon. He said 9. It's already 9. Oh no, it is 9. Okay, so he has picks, but we're gonna go to you, Tony, first anyway. So these are your 3 favorite paint masterworks from Hasbro's Tony. Man, you fucking killed it with this pick. You wreck-aged our show, bro.
I wreck-aged.
You wreck-aged it, dog. This is amazing pick. What a great pick. Seriously.
Dude, this thing, I was like, what? They made, how you make Firefly better? How do you, it's crazy. I'm like, oh my God. I liked it so much. They did everything correct on him. Like they did the updated Firefly. Because wreckage is G.I. Joe's answer. Is their own saboteur answer to Firefly. I take it, and then I changed him up a little bit, but still in my collection. But dude, the black with tan camo on top, that shit just pops, and his mock turtleneck underneath, painted orange or whatever, and his gear all matching with his boots and the skull mask on his balaclava. I didn't even say anything about the helmet or the gear. It's just this paint job is really nice, so nice. I know he's Tiger Force, but I turned him into Night Force in my color.
He's both pretty much just by the look at it. And this is all about the paint. I mean, whatever the gear, all that. Some of the reefs, it's fine. It's Firefly and the grunt alternate head or whatever mutt or whatever. But Jason, talk about wreckage, Tiger Force wreckage.
I mean, I did not like this figure at first because I was like, oh, it's just
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth, yeah.
Well, after seeing him, I was like, okay, yeah.
Palette swap.
I gotta put him on the shelf because the color scheme, the paint is what sold it to me on this figure. Nothing else but how they changed up the paint. So congratulations. That is what made me want to get it, and it's the paint job.
Yeah. The paint job looks so dope, and I changed him up not to look so much like exactly having Firefly's gear. I think I put oh my goodness, who is it? Grunt's plate carrier on him. I replaced the bandoliers, and I put a gridiron boonie hat on him.
Oh shit!
And he looks straight up Night Force badass.
Maybe I should go back and customize mine a little bit more, but
dude, you could do a lot with him.
It's definitely, we're talking about paint. It was the paint that sold that figure.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Because otherwise, it's just Firefly.
Yeah.
All about that. I want to pull this comment up, David. I believe Tony Colella did the Kit Bash Sauron made for the Amazing Spider-Man movie lizard that was seen in an SDCC case. Everyone was excited, but it wasn't a real figure coming out. At a Hasbro party, we asked him about it, and he said during our interview, which, David, can you tell me, because I can't figure, tell me what team you're with? We should pressure them to make that store, on which we did, of course. Yeah, because that came out Comic-Con last year. David, just clarify who you're with. Thanks. Jace Fig says the skull over the mask was a masterpiece. Yes, absolutely. And yeah, I don't know, David, you watching the whole thing from the beginning? Because you talking about Jada and he's watching I appreciate that, watching the replay, live chatting. Over 100 people. You guys are too kind. If you like the show, we're getting circle of jerks numbers, Tony, man, because it must be yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, you guys want to just like it and all that stuff. If you're new, subscribe, all the YouTube baloney. Here we go. Okay, another pick from Mr. Romo, our special guest today. Footloose. Here you go.
Another Footloose's camo is really good. At first, I think, Tony, what are you doing? Because you didn't finish. But no, there's, I mean, Jason could probably attest to it. There are camis out there that they don't go over the knee. They stop at the knee and they start again at the calf or whatever. And, his it's up on his open shirt, on his blouse up top and the rolled up sleeves, the camo looked good. And then when he painted, his web gear and it has it over it, this screams Footloose. And what they did with the helmet was pretty badass. I mean, this is spot on. The only thing I wish they would have did was, I mean, we're talking paint job, I know, but I wish they had made his nods like wolf spiders. These are like kind of tiny. But anyways, the paint job spot on. This is Footloose, bro. It looked great.
Jason, would you say this is his best camo work?
I mean, it's good. I wouldn't say it's the best camo work, but I mean, as far as Tony's saying, it is Footloose. This is exactly what. Look at this. It's Pedro Pascal as Footloose. So. Yeah, I did love this figure just because of the web gear, the color, the colors on that, the knife being slung in a proper way that you're going to be able to draw it and do business. Yeah, this was a solid fig for me, and I'm glad we were able to get this one.
Gotcha. All right, before we bring on the homie, let me give a shout to Ryan Daly. Thank you. $5. Have a good night, fellas. Appreciate you, Ryan, checking in and. For the sweet cash. All right, he's here. Let's go right into his opinion. Hella Geek in the house. What up, my man?
What's up, Pop?
What's up, guys? Hey, Tony, long time no see, man.
What up?
At least on live. Jay,
He's
Travis,
just like
what's up, guys?
freaking
Where you been?
Mario meets Elvis over here. What's going on?
Mario.
I've been. I had an industry event tonight, and it was disco themed. So I literally just walked in the door, fresh from the disco.
Look at
floor.
this guy.
I'm glad you did not miss that. That's awesome.
He looks like he's about to sing the theme song for Peacemaker season 2.
Disco fever.
And unfortunately, I'm all out of whiskey. So, but I had plenty to drink at the event, so I'm good.
Nice.
Oh my God. Awesome.
Oh my God, it's like my worst nightmare.
Whiskey Wednesday.
All right, Hella Disco. We're gonna ask Hella Disco. We're gonna ask you about Pedro Loose over here. Foot Pascal.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I think this is a good fig. Like they totally. My favorite part about it though was the promo shots where they had that questionable smoke where they capped. That's right, and I'm looking for a 6-fingered man, so you guys better watch out.
I thought that was Borat.
But yeah, no, I love how they like kind of hint. They hinted at like his hobbies. Perhaps is what he rolls up. With all those promo shots where they had like he's surrounded by the smoke and he's doing his Zen thing because in the cartoon he was very like, yeah, man, like don't ruin my chill, But I think it was a great figure too. He looks good. I don't mind that he looks like Pedro Pascal. Who cares?
I don't either.
His rocket launcher doubles as a bong.
The final
right?
product,
He's all.
What's your trip, man?
Sorry, I was just gonna say the final product didn't look as much as some of these photos. I remember the original render was like pretty much is Pedro Pascal from Last of Us, but then when we got it in hand, it definitely looked like him. but not, it wasn't like 1-to-1, like once you got it in hand, I don't think so. You know, the render is kind of like inspired by them, but once it was done.
You know, maybe
Sorry, I was going to
Pedro
hop in real quick.
Pascal is the one that looks like Footloose.
What's up?
Maybe it's Pedro Pascal that's looking like Footloose, not the other way around.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, Footloose is probably older.
Exactly.
He makes a good point. You know, and I'm blanking on the guy's name. Was it Crankshaft that came with the Striker, All-Striker?
Crankcase.
Crankcase, right.
Yeah.
They kind of look like they could be related in a way.
Yeah, they could.
Thanks, McFly.
Footloose will fit real nice in there. Manning the
Well,
gun.
the funny thing is, the original Footloose Romo was based on Tom Selleck. So maybe Hella Geek is Footloose.
This is perfect timing. Perfect timing to hop in here. Also, in honor of Archangel Michael Mars, I just want to say that I think this Footloose figure is very nice.
Oh,
Oh man.
next show, we all come in with mustaches. Just
Hell yeah.
you gonna shave all that, Jace?
No, I'm not shaving. Y'all do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe
My
for a big
wife wants me to shave my beard sometimes. No.
Yeah.
I
I
like
don't know. We'll have to ask Gypsy if I gotta shave the beard or not. All right.
Ask her.
Romo, your last pick, and this is a sleeper hit, but you know what? At first I was like, well, it's just a red figure, but when you really look into it, there's a lot of amazing paint on this guy.
That's what I was figuring out. Yeah, I mean, they really made it look pretty crazy. I'm like, yeah, he's red and black, yeah, but all little accents. They went all his plates are outlined with chrome. All the chrome work, his mask, everything going up and down that thing. That's not easy, you know. And then making them, it brings them all together. It looks really nice. That pleasing aesthetic with all the stuff, because he's just a red and black, and he's a ninja. So how much color and how much paint you're going to put on him, but what they did with him, what they could do with him, is stay kind of true to the OG, but classify him enough to where I think they killed it with him. Dice too, but I just let me just put one.
It's okay. One of my picks is red and black and a ninja as well. So
yeah, detail kills. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll add to this the torso wash. It's hard to see because he's got that damn spear looking thing covering it, but you got the black and red as a complete meshing of color. It's not, there's no line there. It bleeds into each other, I should say. And then also that vinyl texture on that mask. Remember that, like, that's probably a design thing, but then to get the paint right, to get it just the right, to have that right balance there. So it's not too glossy, not too shiny, but not too flat. They nailed it. And then also the Mortal Kombat looking mask, the scorpion thing on the left, you got that nice gold that really pops on there too.
Yeah, he's got those Cabal swords. Yeah, they're covering up the black wash, the red.
Yeah, well, that's the minus on this. His weapons were a flat grade, but that again, if you ask Tony about it, he didn't have enough money. That's a business. I don't think that's his choice to make them flat. I think they only can use so many paint apps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Hella geeking time for the Twin Baroness. You went with both the Rattler pilot and the Crimson Strike team. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, this is a perfect segue with the red, black, silver motif. I was just thinking of her when we were talking about Slice, but love Crimson Strike. I feel like this is where we really started to get into some like genuine, like, emotion and characterization for the Baroness, because that first one she kind of had some RBF going on, which is fine. It works for the character.
Yeah.
But we got this one where she's biting the lip. She's got the makeup going on, and I love like black, red, silver, and a little splash of gold. That's a good looking combo. But really, for the Crimson Strike Baroness, it's that metallic finish on the armor on her cuirass.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Similar to Slice. Similar to Slice.
Yeah.
With that, yeah.
And then had to throw Pilot Baroness in there because, in my Rattler review, when I went over the figures, I mentioned this, but holy crap, like, it's just a little toy, but that's the epitome of the Baroness. She is freaking beautiful.
That's like a perfect
Look at
Baroness.
that face.
I like that. Pilot
Exactly.
Baroness. Awesome.
I mean, Yeah, she's awesome. The overall figure for Crimson Strike was the pick, but for Pilot Baroness, it was mainly just that face sculpt and those paint apps. Tony killed it on both of these. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just add, the face sculpt was improved, but on Crimson Strike, you had that nice metallic armor, which was like such a, it's crimson color, but it pops. It's always hard to do red on red. Like I was complimenting earlier, you weren't on the show, but we were talking about like the copper to gold contrast on like Serpentor, like the beige to golden on Once a Man. So some of those color contrasts are tough and really hard to get it, and you got to go through tons of different reds, I'm sure, to get it right. And he did on the Crimson Strike Force. And then on Baroness, that shade of blue is really hard because obviously you could see the muscles and the definition, the tone based on that color. If it's any darker or any lighter, it's flat, right? So you kind of just nail that navy, dark blue, whatever you want to call it, just kind of nail it to see the definition on the figure. So yeah, great choices there. Your next choice, all right, this was a hot take because, and I wanted to point this out, Paul, look at the digital render that Tony put on Instagram compared to the final product on the left. It's not always the same.
No, not always the same. And I knew this might be controversial that I picked this, but I wanted to mix it up a little bit because I know that this face is divisive, but I did not mind her because her backstory, right? Listen, I still think she's a good-looking woman, all right? And her backstory, she's a former supermodel, who like was looking for something deeper to do with her life, and she signed up for G.I. Joe. I feel like maybe she had a good long career as a supermodel, and this is maybe like, good-looking middle-aged woman who's like looking, what do I really want to do with my life now that I've had like the fun and like traveled the world and done the whole thing. I feel like this is a decent interpretation of that. I think she looks good. I know, Joan Rivers, I've heard it all. I know it's a hot take, but I like it because it puts her a little older, than the young, youthful retro cover girl. But for me, it works. I like that there's a story there, and that's one of the things that the sculpt and paint that Tony was good at is there's a story in a lot of these faces.
Yeah. So early on in the comic book, she was really bitchy to Scarlet. It was fucking funny.
Cat fight.
Yeah. All right, it's a hot take. Jason, let him have it. What the hell? What's this?
I mean, I honestly like the look of this figure when they release it. I think the execution on the face could have been a little bit better, but as far as like her, coming with the wrench, the little comms device, I thought her loadout was good. I love the bomber jacket over this look too. So yeah, I actually dug this figure. I just wish they had like definitely fixed how the eyes look. Not so she's got stars in her eyes. I'm pretty sure that's attractive at certain points, but didn't work here.
David says that the wave got, and he had mentioned that he was with Paternia at the party. That wave got, and shout out to Paternia, he's the homie. That wave got butchered a bit before a factory switch. So there you go. So that's probably why, that's with the Falcon wave too, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so that kind of makes sense why that wave. Because look at the, like we said, look at the damn render. That would be an all timer right there.
Yeah.
And then the finished product. But I get it though. You don't always have to. Not everyone has to be a 10 out of 10 runway. There's a story there, right? So I like that. Hey, you're a storyteller.
Yeah.
You're an actor. You're a writer. Like it makes sense for you to tell stories.
100%. Like and also like. Call out PBJ Street Gang. Yeah, she has the same story regardless, but part of the fun that I have with my Joe collecting is I have my own headcanon that I use in addendum to this. And for me, like even this, like that figure on the left there, she might still be holding on to those like model days a little bit. She might have had a little work done. It looks that way. For me, it works. I like it.
Hey, PB Peanut Butter and Jelly Street Gang, cover girl has to be a 10 out of 10. Well, he's a 10 out of 10 to hella geek, damn it.
Yeah, and listen, this is like maybe this cover girl was a 10 out of 10 10 years before she
was a 10, baby.
Was here at this point in her life. You know what I mean?
Tony, what's that head from?
That's cover
Black
girl's
Widow.
hair with Mary Jane's head sculpt.
Mary Jane, yeah.
Okay.
That works.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Toy Bounty Hunter has your back. Paul, honestly, I like CoverGirl figures.
She's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd C.
Her
Look,
boobs were an upgrade.
I like her sidearm. She had the semi-auto shotgun. And if
Yeah.
all else fails, she'll bust you upside the head with an adjustable wrench.
Yes.
CoverGirl came.
Well, and was this the?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, go take it, Jay.
Oh no, I was just saying CoverGirl came to put in work by any means necessary here. So yeah, that's why I like this
The
figure.
Wolverine. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, but
Was
I
this
really
the first
love.
time we got the gun with the extended clip magazine?
Oh, we've had those for a while. I've been cutting them off all the time.
Was it? She wasn't the first one that had the extended magazine in class.
I don't think she's the first one.
Stop
Okay,
cutting off
okay.
the extended mags, man.
I always cut off the extended mags. Hey, y'all don't use no extended mags. Come on, that's for the range.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
well,
Tony's right, he's right. I love it when Jay says I'm right about
maybe when
every
it's
shit.
flush with the bottom of the stock. Just if it's flush with it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Gives you a little bit more hand grip. So anyway.
Cut 'em off.
All right, one more for Hella Geek, and I really love this choice because so much of classified, especially lately, has been repaints, and we don't give enough credit a lot of times to repaints or other teams. So this was a really good pick because, well, if you're gonna repaint the thing and you want us to buy it, make it look fucking great, and they did with the 788.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fire Squad, amazing little set of repaints here. I think this is a really underrated set because it's all repaints. So, Hella Geek, talk about why you went with this team.
Well, again, going back to the colorways, right? That black and red, some dark gray, some light gray. I'm a sucker for that. I feel like that, you have to try to make that look bad on a figure. It's a great color combo, but I think the Range Viper is especially a standout here because, like, badass figure in the first place, beautiful sculpt, but something about this just makes him that much more menacing. Like, this to me is my preferred look for the Range Viper.
Hell yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love the artwork on that box too, where they're just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, strutting out with the hiss behind them. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Romo,
I mean, yeah,
know
and this
you
is
do a lot of the. Oh, one second, I want to ask Romo a question. I know you don't do a lot of the extra guys and all that stuff, but did you grab this set? And
No, I sure didn't, but these would look awesome with the hiss, and I kind of like this palette swap, color swap a little better. I mean, for the extra dudes, it looks awesome. Like Paul said about the Range Viper, I prefer this Range Viper.
Hella Geek follow up.
same. Yeah. I mean, yeah, call out to the art box right here. Boom. That's good stuff. But yeah, and we were talking about repaints, like, boom, there they are. Badasses, right? So, but the repaints, like, if they're going to do a repaint, this is what you want, where it's a really creative reimagining of it that gives it purpose too. Like, who doesn't want to display with their hiss tank and these guys and the tactician and the driver, and we got the stealth trouble bubble coming up. It's going to be an amazing scene.
Agreed. Jason, any comment on our 788s?
Oh no, I love those guys. They just complimented the hiss, that paint job. You got a whole like damn fire team. I just wish there was room like in the hiss for all of them together, because that's like you see spilling out the back of the hiss coming to do some work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. And then here's a pick you guys both had. Jason, I got this under your pick, so I'll stick with you, Jay the X, but Hella Geek also had this in his email full of like 50 picks. But Jason, we'll go with you. General Hawk. Well, go ahead, Paul.
Overachiever, you overachiever, you.
Go ahead,
I
Paul.
couldn't narrow it down. There was just so
I know,
much
it's
good
hard
stuff
to-
from
yeah.
Tony.
I hear
It was
you.
hard
It's
to narrow
tough.
it down.
Yeah.
Tough to pick 3 out of 300, but Jason, you guys all did an amazing job. But Jason, this pick right here, you want to talk great camo. Look at the wash on the jacket. That is something else.
The weathering on the jacket, the individual metals and pins with the fur ruff. Also, just the loadout on Hawk. He got a sidearm on his hip, one on his chest. Man's got a grenade launcher as well, and he came with a shotgun. Yeah. The helmet, that was perfect, like season 2 Hawk. The camo looks good. Lace up boots, no fancy armor like we were complaining about on the Duke and everything. This man still looks old school, and I love that you can take the extra goggles, put them on his head, and they're stored under the helmet. Man, they just knocked it out of the park. And that leather jacket is what really popped it off for me. Right. Just that weathering, and it's just got a little bit of wear on there. The gloves always did look a little bit weird in the hands, but I do love this figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you're talking about the weathering on the jacket, but I love that, like, this is not Colonel Hawk, this is General Hawk, and they made that choice to add the little gray stripe, which was cool because he's a weathered war veteran as well at this point in his career, so it all works together.
Even getting the gold stars on the collar underneath the shirt, like, man, the gold used because pins and stuff will come as different colors in the military. Also, you got to shine them up every now and then. So I love that contrast. It's just one of my favorite figures, just for a lot of reasons.
Romo, this figure is so good. We all got to talk about it. This is definitely one of the peak figures, and especially when it comes to paint.
Yeah, man. I agree with all of that about the jacket. It's awesome. I love this version. I love this this General Hawk. I got 2 of them because in my canon, I'm always more the comic book than the cartoon. So I got another one so I could paint the head sculpt, the hair blonde, because my General Hawk is blonde. You know, he was he was the blondie. Not Duke came later. So, but when they made him like this in the cartoon as Sunbow, I dug it, and they made him 3 3/4 inch. They made that one brown haired too, but I keep remembering when he first debuted this costume, when he's getting lowered down into the pit with all of them cheering him on and whatever, because I guess G.I. Joe the team was getting redeployed or something. He's blonde. He's always been blonde haired in the comic book, so that's why I got 2 of them. But I like them both. Both styles look awesome.
Dope. He's one of my favorites of all time because it was one of the few times I had him first, bitch. I had it first. I really know. So long ago, back when Entertainment Earth actually got stuff on time. But yeah, that was a dope. I loved reviewing this. It was a great figure, and just awesome all the way through, design, paint, everything. So shout out to the entire team for this one. Next up is another great choice based on, again, another great face scan, a different, indigenous type character, Native American. So we haven't gotten a figure like this in the line just yet. Totally love the whole color palette. You got 2 different color beiges, and that could be scary. And I think they nailed it with the more rusty honey mustard type pants there, or brown mustard, and then you got like a lighter beige on the backpack, more like military reg type shit. So a lot of different colors on this guy, and he's an early, very, very early figure here. He was with the wave with Storm Shadow, so and the officer, the Cobra officer. So talk about this one, Jason, coming from the paint point of view.
I mean, I always love Spirit, but man, that blade he's pulling out of his chest, look at the paint on that like I forget what that metal is called on that knife, but it looked fantastic.
Oh yeah.
The sidearm he came with even had detail on that. It was more mold than anything, but it just looked fantastic with the gold, especially on his armband. The backpack probably could have used something on there. That's all plastic, but the look of Spirit with the headband and just that, I don't know, that stern look on his face really popped with that paint.
Seen some shit.
Yeah.
This Spirit was kind of like a little bit scary as well, with how he looked. But man, I love everything they did to him, especially just the nods to just all the indigenous stuff with the silver and everything on him. And of course, we got a bald eagle with this one, which was pretty awesome too, with different interchangeable wings. When did we start with the close-in wings, and you had the spread wings just put in through the ball points. Just one of my favorite figures, and I thought all the colors on them really popped.
Yeah, and I do want to mention when it comes to vehicles and pets, and I talked with Paul about this, we are saving that for other episodes. Because to me, vehicles is something we can talk design and paint together. Because we didn't, even on the last 2 episodes, we didn't really, other than the snake armor, and I think maybe one other animal, we didn't really talk a lot about, maybe the dinosaur or something, but we didn't talk a lot about the pets, and the pets are so big for this. Like every figure with pet was like a home run. So I want to save that, and also want to Deinonychus. I want to save the vehicles for another episode too. So we're just going to talk paint on figures today, and it's almost at 2 hours anyway. Yeah. But yeah, you nailed it with the spirit. A lot of people in the chat are like, amazing. This started me in the line. And this is, remember, they were really worried about stereotypes because, Spirit came out in early 80s, and the cartoon, and even though he was a loved character, they wanted to stay with what Spirit was, but not call him a tracker. He was a sniper. Remember that whole controversy, just internet shit. And then they wanted to, they classified him up, but most people loved it. Pretty much almost everybody.
Especially the guard on the arm for the bird to land on and everything. Just a great figure, and I love this paint job. Just, classified up a Spirit figure for me.
Yep.
Hey, Jason, so there's I don't know if this is what they were going for. It kind of looks like it, but there's a process of making weapons where you layer steel in a certain way, different types of steel together. It's called Damascus steel. And that kind of looks like what they're doing. Is it? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Damascus.
Yeah, it's those are beautiful pieces. I know a blacksmith that has made some stuff like that. Yeah.
I own a lot of knives, but they're more like purpose more than presentation. So they look great, not for me.
Yeah, Taboo revealed it from Black Eyed Peas. Yep. Back in the day when they had celebrities on all their streams. And then after a while, everyone was like, we love you guys. We watch you for nothing against Taboo or anybody else, but it was like, we watch you guys for Lenny. We watch you for Tony. We watch you for Emily. And then, whatever. It wasn't about, you don't have to get people on the show to get us to watch. Yeah. Next up, Jinx.
Jinx was always one of my favorite characters. But her figure was a little bit boring. Looked like she was wearing pajamas and the mask and everything. They really classified her up here with the different shades of red, making her arms bare. But the one thing about this figure that really spoke to me was the tattoo down the right arm. I love that tattoo work, and that's why I wanted to point this out. Yeah, we got tattoos on some of the other guys. We actually got a little bit of color in there. I did love this figure. I see somebody's like, I hate her arms. I liked her arms. That's what, I mean, she is, wielding martial art weaponry. She ain't gonna have the new arms. She gonna have something up there.
Got some guns for you.
But the tattoo work down the arm is what really spoke to me. I love that she had like a full sleeve, not just like, they did forearms, they did maybe the biceps on some other figures. They went full on down the arm for Jinx. I love that on her.
Gives us that Rhea Ripley appeal because she's sexy, but also could kill you because she's a badass. So yeah, I mean, I love what they did obviously there, but then also it's similar to Slice Romo where you get that black mixing and kind of weathered or meshed in with the red, on the sides and the gi.
And great job on the face sculpt on this one too, for a figure that, we're used to seeing her mask on the figure. Yeah, in the cartoon, she wasn't always wearing her mask, but
no,
they did a good job on this one.
Oh, that's a really good face sculpt, big time.
But I love that tattoo down the arm. I almost wish they hadn't put the arm wraps on the forearm so we could have seen more of that work, but love that fig.
Yeah, I'm still sad we haven't gotten Yakuza Storm Shadow, but I think that was the feedback from the game. We talked about that earlier in the episode, how the game people were against it, and then they hired or took Tony from Marvel Legends, put him here, and then Lenny and them went to work and tried to retro a lot of figures and then also classify them up and not just take them from the game. But yeah, the Yakuza looking Storm Shadow would have been fucking sick, with the gauntlet. It would have been super cool. So yeah,
I agree. I'd still buy that if they released it.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow, some way. I'd still want that one. I wanted that back in the day.
Yeah, the sleeved up Storm Shadow. Yeah, they didn't give us that, so they gave us Jinx with one. I'm like, that's cool.
All right. I'll try to get through this quick. 'Cause
I'm going to do the
2 hours. What up?
I was going to say real quick, I am going to do the rewatch, the replay squad to see what I missed. But did anybody pick rock and roll with the tats?
Nope.
This reminded me of that. No? Okay. Just curious.
It baffles me that we didn't talk about rock and roll on any of these shows, and that's one of the top 5 figures. That shows you how good this
Paint-wise,
is.
not really. Not paint-wise.
Yeah, did they only do the tattoo on the hand though? So you could do like the, you know.
Oh yeah, you're right. Paint wise, no, but I mean in
Paint-wise,
general,
no.
that classified up rock and roll is
Oh, yeah.
the fucking balls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But speaking of classified up dudes that were just what, you got Tiger Force Outback, you know, this is like Solid Snake Outback. I mean, this was a real figure, the Brazil set, right? Or something like that. Was it a real overseas? This was a real overseas release, but it wasn't.
Really?
Tiger Force Outback was an overseas release. I didn't know that.
Overseas, I believe.
Neither
Someone in
did
the
I.
chat. We got David Allen. These guys, come on. Someone. Oh, he's not even watching live. Someone in the chat. Tell me. I know it's. I think it's the Brazil set or something overseas.
Oh, no. I like my OG. I like my survival T-shirt better.
Well, we got
international.
This
yeah.
So we kind of had to set. Like I thought I was settling for this one, but once I got him in hand, he was such a great fig.
Oh God. Yeah.
I took all his gear to make customs.
UK Tiger Force. UK Tiger Force. That's
okay.
Cool. There you go. So it wasn't the Brazil set, but yeah, UK Tiger Force. So yeah, but anyway, that's when they really started taking risks and stretching across the line. Before we were just getting all the usual characters from the cartoon and the movie, and then now they're doing shit. You know, I didn't even know what this was. UK Tiger Force. Then they started doing, you know, figures from the comic, figures from modern era, shit like that. So you got Divina Duckworth. Great work, Tony. Cool. So, but yeah, this figure, the face sculpt, grizzled, the Tiger Force logo looks sick. And yeah, I mean, I love the paint work on the pants too. It's just really real world military. All the browns look good. Just a real sleeper hit for me.
They had some great photography to accompany the announcement of this one too, where he was like taking out Cobra soldiers and stuff.
Yeah, like with knives and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I remember that.
They went full on Rambo with that.
Got the E-tool over there, and yeah,
the entrenching.
Home run. All right, next up, the glam, man. It's all about the glam. You want to talk paint? You would talk tattoos. This guy's got tattoos all over. Look at the gold on the buckles. You got all that copper and gold on the shin guards. You got all the stuff hanging off the chains. You got the shoulder armor there. I mean, the hair looks amazing too. Like full on, just trying to capture that 80s hairband. You know, like some Judas Priest type shit. Old Aussie shit, and then you got the Zoranis shirt ripped, and then I love the color blues that we got there too. Just a really, like a storm blue almost, whatever. So, like a sick.
That brown and gold on the boots is just a good mix right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was a sleeper for paint. You know what I mean? Like talking about. The paint work on this was crazy. Hella Geek, you got a comment on Xandar?
Yeah, man. Following up on Jason's, like that gold is so perfect because it's great on the brown with the boots, but it works just as well with those blues. And again, you talked about like how good Tony has been with like doing the 2 different shades of different colors throughout different figures. Mm-hmm. And here we are with the blues again like that. I love too the scar on the neck. Like what a great detail to sculpt in that, like he survived someone trying to take him out like that. Oof. Yeah.
It's so overlooked too a lot. It's overlooked a lot with this.
Yeah. Injury like that usually results in a fatal case of death.
Yep.
So not only is Outback a survivor, but Xandar is too.
Maybe Outback was the one that Outback would have gotten the job done.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
I saved the best for last. I got you all topped.
Oh,
You'll never top this.
That's
making. Oh, get.
Oh shit!
Got you all topped there.
hey, paint. That's molded.
So these were two. Just read the bottoms. Digital render shown. This is a joke. Happy Valentine's Day.
Right.
Not actual product. Digital render shown. Hey, Tony had a great sense of humor. We all saw that in the video. That Hella Geek. Rewatch the show if you're joining late. And right away, we showed a video to top the show off. And he had a great sense of humor. He's a quiet guy, more subtle. Had some great conversations with him at Comic-Con and other places. But yeah, he's got a great sense of humor, funny guy, and this was kind of his sense of humor was. And you know what the reaction was? We need this now. I don't care if it's not real. Hasbro, I'm gonna sell all my Joes if you don't. Like, people wanted this shit, and it's just this. That's how good some of the stuff was. Remember the mistake of the Techno Viper? It was pink, and everybody on the show, they showed us a pink Techno Viper, and they were like, it didn't come out right, and everybody was like, no, give us that. Like, that's how crazy it was.
What is this metallic color purple? Like, I need to know what the name of that color is.
I know, right?
Is that fuchsia or whatever? Something
I don't know, man. I need to know what the name of this fucking color is.
Raspberry metallic.
Raspberry metallic. Okay. It's a good contrast. It does look like something out of Fortnite. I'll be honest, but
big time.
Whatever this gold and this pastel purple chrome color, it's amazingly hyper pink. Did somebody say hyper? Somebody in the chat said hyper pink. That's the perfect name for that color. Hyper pink.
And the reds are so garish, but it's part of the Valentine's Day thing, is doing the red and the
right on.
So it makes sense. But man, it just in general, that's rough. It's just fun. And I love how he weathered the body still. Like, that white, it still has a weathering to it. He didn't just do a flat white for a joke. He like went in on this. Man. He really like this, like, look, guys, this is a joke. This is a joke.
Yes. It's not really having fun, but it is crazy.
But yeah, then you got relish and chopped onion ramp rats. The relish and chopped onion ramp rats. People wanted those, seriously.
It's all
that's what I was gonna say. Is what I was gonna say. This Destro and Baroness, if they were to release that, I could pass on it. However, I would scoop up this colorway of ramp rats because they even went in to say that, like, there are actual delineations of specific colors for specific roles, and they use that with the ketchup and mustard in the original release. And these guys also have different duties on the airfield, so I would get it. It's world building.
Yeah, Romo's all over these. He's pre-ordering them right now.
They took my money. But
muted. You're muted.
Get this shit out of my face. No soup for you.
Nice, Moody. Nice.
No, thank you, David, but I'm not going to get a job there because I'm going to join Boss Fight like everybody else. Because right here, another chat. Oh no, this isn't chat. It's some other meme I found in a group. If this is your meme, let us know. But yeah, look, in real life,
I gotta go, guys. I gotta start packing stuff for the trip tomorrow.
That's what's up. Yeah, we're almost done. But yeah, Romo, we'll send you off, man. Thank you for joining. Hey, Tony on Tony, how great was that? Thank you.
For having me on, guys. Hell yeah, Travis.
Talking about another paint master. Appreciate it, dude.
All right, we'll talk later. See you guys.
Peace.
Hey, Paul.
Later, man.
This guy says you guys are just buying anything from Glad. Yeah, that last slide was not real, guy. But yeah, we got Boss Fight Studios, and here it is, the Dream Team, right? So the original classified team after Operation Blackout, when they brought Tony on, they had Corey, Tony, and Lenny, and they gave us 6 years of figures, 5.5 years of great figures, and they're going to be at Joe Fest. I don't know if Tony's isn't there, but I'm sure he'll be there. They're not going to be at Comic-Con from what I know, sadly. So go figure, guys. Damn. We got four badges, plus you guys get your own badges. Get all these badges for Comic-Con, and then no I mean, there'll be a Joe team there. It just won't be this Joe team.
Do we know that has there been any indication of an announcement of the replacements?
There's someone in line. We didn't mention his name, and we won't mention his name.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
But someone's in line there, and we didn't mention his name. So that's the hint I'll give you. So we didn't mention. We talked about a lot of people. I was gonna joke before I found out. I was gonna say, "Oh, could it be now?" Dwight could very well. We don't know what's up with Dwight. He might just be Marvel Legends. We talked about this earlier. Maybe who knows? Dwight's one of the best guys in the business, man. I love talking to Dwight. So wishing him all the best with whatever, whether it's health or whether he's taking a back seat and maybe doing some other stuff. Marvel Legends, 20 years of greatness. You know what I mean? Just awesome. I joked with Mark Von Cannon this week. I said, "Are you stepping in? Are you the new G.I. Joe guy? You've been making G.I. Joe classified for 6 years too." And then we also have that joke. What if they just put AI? We do a lot of AI stuff here as renders, is just to see what characters we'd like to see in the line. It doesn't mean that you can just use AI to make figures. That would be horrible. It would not work out well.
You know what? While we're on the subject of this, something that I don't know if you guys discussed this at all, but I want to say, there were rumors a while back, and I know like Full Force reported on it, that Hasbro leadership was sort of feeling like they wanted to step away from being so deeply rooted in toys and focus on other areas. So this whole situation had me thinking, what if this is like the first major thing that we're seeing that is towards that push, that they are actually just going to end up licensing classified to Boss Fight, and that has something to do with this huge mass exodus? Is that possible?
That's not happening. It's not happening.
Nah.
Okay.
They own that license flat out. They don't have to pay nothing. They can reap all the benefits. They want G.I. Joe staying right where it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Just
could it license out?
idea.
Well, look, like could it license out like we saw with Super 7, but then it didn't do well. Reaction is whatever, it's its own lane, right? And then the Reaction Plus. But those Ultimates, I thought they were pretty good. Thankfully, I didn't get any and use money on it, but they were good for what they were. But when you can get a classified figure for $28 instead of $70, and then in the beginning, weren't they like almost $100 or something, like $90?
Yeah,
for like the same kind of figure. Like,
yeah, they were not for me.
Yeah. Jason Chavez wants to know, are the best classified figures behind them?
No. I
say no.
They can always re-release other figures that they maybe want to take another crack at. There is a moment, there is a point that this line could end, but we still got a lot of ground to cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the point.
Bobby returns. Never.
No.
After all this stuff,
that ain't happening.
There are other.
He doesn't want to. Good on no. Bobby has his own enterprise. Yeah. I'm going to defend him there. Bobby Vala does not need to go to Hasbro. He has his own empire. He's built right his own thing. He's got a movie coming out. He's got loyal thousands and thousands of people that buy his shit. Hundreds and thousands of people that fill up his panels, get excited. You know what I mean? Like he's consistently. I go to B's Battlegrounds. He's reviewing figures every day that are coming out from Action Force. If that's your thing, cool. He's killing it. He doesn't need to go back to Hasbro. I will say that.
Why would he want to? He's got his own. He answers to himself.
Right. Exactly. The best thing in life is being your own boss. That's for true. Maybe that's why they went to Boss Fight, because they feel like they're all bosses. Boss Fight. I don't know. So these are repercussions, though, right? Jeremy Kimberlin said this in the chat. Repercussions of Chris Cox moving Hasbro from Providence to Boston. To some people, it's like, it's an hour. It's like, no, wait till you get there. It takes you an hour to go from one side of Boston to the other, right? Just like it does in LA. LA takes 2 hours, actually. But Boston takes an hour. You can't go from the cost of living is there, even if just the commute, And these guys have been with the company 20 years. They're not kids being like, yes, daddy, daddy CEO, I'll do what you want. They put in the work. They already made their money. They made their time. Now they can, they're wanted, right? That's why they're starting up with these, like, not that Boss Fight is a startup. It's been around for a long time, but it's a fresh new thing, and they're excited to be a part of it. Right, Jay?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they're rock stars, man. It's valid.
There's no need to become complacent. Move on, take a risk. Make your own mark. That's what they're doing.
And like I think I mentioned before when we were talking about in Lenny's episode, like, you know, you could say that they've peaked in classified and they want to like accept another challenge somewhere else now, because we've been gushing over how brilliant a lot of their work has been. Like, yeah, they did amazing stuff. So why not give yourself a new creative challenge? They're artists. They want to keep branching out and growing.
Yeah. But from what we know, we still have a year and a half at least of the designs from Tony and Lenny. But before we go too far in this, what would you say is, this show is mostly about Tony. How would you say what was his legacy, Paul? Because we didn't get to talk to you about the early stuff. We didn't talk with you about like him jumping in from Cobra Island at the very tail end. The only good figure in the movie line he made was Scarlet. He helped make that. He helped Major Blood and Firefly had the great face scans. What's Tony's legacy at Hasbro? 20 years.
Man, yeah, 20 years. Geez. I mean, just the talent, the paint work, obviously. But for me, I mean, I'm personalizing it because being a fan of his work, you know, in the figures that I was buying and, you know, a fan of, aside from that, man, seeing the guy, chatting with him at Comic-Con, again, similar to Lenny, hearing the real passion for G.I. Joe, the love of what he did, and also his sense of humor. He was just always so funny and just present and willing to like talk and shoot the shit. And that's why I had to like dig up that old video, because that cracks me up no matter how many times I watch it. He makes me laugh with that joke about Duke and the shovel. But yeah, I mean, and he's just, aside from the talent and the sense of humor, I just get a real good vibe off him that he's a good person and a solid dude. Like, poor guy. At many conventions, I've seen him sit there and listen to God knows what kind of diatribe from people. And he was always very gracious and respectful and gave them their moment and didn't like poo-poo on their opinion or whatever, but just nice guy. Like, yeah, I'm going to miss him.
Yeah. And then Jason, what do you think they got cooking? Now they're taking a picture in front of these posters, and these are 3 3/4. It's hard for me to believe that they would go from 112 to 118, because I know a lot of people maybe want to see that, but 112 is the dominant scale in toys. It feels like a backtrack, right? We don't really know what they're working on yet. Do you think it's a new IP? Do you think it's something original? Do you think it's Vitruvian hacks? Like, what's your guess as to why they assembled this dream team in such a short amount of time?
And that's the thing. I can't put my finger on what it is, but you pulled some people that are rock stars in this field, and I am excited about what is it. The speculation is killing me on what it could possibly be, because it was something that, you know, these guys are pulling what a bunch of writers did when they formed Image Comics. They went away from the big dog and started their own thing, even though they're joining Boss Fight. I can't even speculate what it is yet, but I'm excited and I'm anxious to learn what it is they're working on. Just because it had to be big. It had to be something they were like, I'm in for that. And I can't put my finger on what it could possibly be out of currently what Boss Fight has. So that even makes me more excited, because it'd be something it's something new they're about to introduce.
Yeah, because we talked about like AEW, and I'm like, first of all, I talk wrestling with these guys. They're old school WWF fans. Doesn't mean that they wouldn't be great for an AEW, but I can't even see them going from, and we're talking toys, not wrestling or TV. Because right now, obviously, AEW's popularity on TV compared to G.I. Joe, our old old cartoons from the 80s is night and day. But as far as toys, that's a drop. G.I. Joe to like, the epitome of military toys to the secondary promotion for, popularity for wrestling. Yeah, it just doesn't, it seems like a drop for me. So, and Lenny's other Instagram they started with was all this high fantasy, sci-fi fantasy stuff. Like a lot of, they have Red Sonja, Conan, a lot of stuff that would work in the He-Man, Motu type universe. Not saying Motu's boss fight, that's Mattel, but I'm saying that kind of work, it seems to be something he might be, thirsty for, hungry to do again.
Yeah. I'm anxious to find out. I can't wait to see what it is. I've been trying to figure out licenses that Boss Fight has, and I can't put my finger on what it could possibly be. But we'll find out soon enough, I guess. I hope. Yeah. Development takes a while.
I'm sure there will be they'll give us a grand reveal and blow us away, hopefully.
Well, it'll probably be at Joe Fest, obviously. They're going to be at Joe Fest, so I'm sure they're going to talk. Like, you don't go all the way there for nothing, right? So, it looks cool. So what do you guys, shout out to Tony Romo for joining the show tonight. He was awesome to have on. Check out Circle of Jerks every Tuesday. They didn't go on this week. That's not why Tony was on.
But I was like, mourning for Classified.
yeah, exactly. So mourn with that team next week. Shout out to the whole team there. But yeah, Hella Geek, what do you got going on?
Man, busy AF with industry stuff lately. Haven't been able to focus on nerding out too much. So yeah, but I have a lot of videos that are in the editing process. So there should be a lot going up on the channel within the next month.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And then you, Jason?
Same old. Catch me at Alternate Heads right before this show on Wednesday nights and Thursday. Super Cool Nerd Show. We're kind of in a holding pattern for tomorrow's show. We had some tragedy strike 2 members of our team. They lost somebody precious to them. So if they need time, they're going to get time. So we'll see where it goes. But you can catch us Thursday nights 8 p.m. Central on YouTube at youtube.com at Super Cool Nerd Show.
Yep, sending my condolences to your friends over there at Super Cool Nerd Show as well. And one thing I got, in case you missed it, I ranked the newest deluxe sets, the special ops guy, the ramp rats.
I love the dinosaur, man. I do.
And, Deinonychus is so fun. Yep. And then, Deinonychus and Professor Rockclaw. Go check out that video on the channel and appreciate it. Yeah, I reviewed all these in 45 minutes.
Yes, you did.
42 minutes. So try to keep it concise and fun. And go check it out. Appreciate it.
And a vehicle.
That was a good vid.
Yeah.
I'll try to do the best I can.
I agree with everything you said about the swamp skier, by the way. And if anybody in the chat hasn't seen that video yet, check it out. It is a good one. And you don't just like blow smoke. You keep it real in the reviews.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that about you always.
He's very smooth with his delivery on it too.
I have scores. Imagine you read a movie review or read a video game review or watch one and there's no score at the end. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I get the scores. And I'm still friends with these guys. Yeah. They don't want to kill me. I've given them lots of 2s and 3s, but lots of 8s and 9s too. So anyway, appreciate everyone checking out A Toy Con of Mood. This has been awesome. Thank you so much. For 257, we want to thank Tony Colella for his time at G.I. Joe Classified. Also thank Lenny. And we're getting ready for Yojo June. That's still going to happen. There's a new design team. BMAX says, get ready, man. June 3rd, we're going to kick your asses. And there's still a lot of stuff that Tony and Lenny worked on, probably at least a year to maybe 2 years in the line. So lots of stuff to look forward to, both in pre-orders, releases, and digital renders, name onlys. Yojo June isn't canceled. It's still going to happen. Hasbro is still, they didn't sell off the line. I'll ask you guys this before we go. Paul, Jason, how many more years are classified now? We did 3 shows on this whole end of the era, basically. Give it to me. How many years you got for the whole line?
I think I think we're going to be okay at least till 2028, through 2028. I feel like.
Oh, okay.
I'll go ahead.
Because I mean,
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Finish
go,
it.
Jace. Go. No, I'm done. I'm done. It's you, brother.
Well, honestly, we got stuff that Lenny worked on, and we're definitely going to have other people coming in to do, flex their wings and everything. But we've got other properties that we can pull from. They're talking about doing Resolute and Renegade stuff. Maybe, we can always. Transformers has seen a lot of success with going back on lines they did, like with other like the Energon show or Prime or animated. We could start doing stuff from Sigma 6. We could start doing things from Resolute, and definitely if they get deep into the Energon universe like they're talking about doing, there you go. This line continues on.
Mm-hmm. I got a reveal here. You ready? For all the people who stayed, Rugged Duke is not Energon Duke after all. From what I'm hearing. This is what I was told. Could it change?
What they saying out here? What are the streets saying, Travis?
No, that's what I'm hearing. That's all I got. I am disappointed. That's all I'm gonna say. I want Energon.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that information is wrong. We've gotten leaked information that was incredibly wrong. Remember the HasLab leak that was like all these 5 vehicles? We have never saw any of those things. So the Mauler and Havoc and all that. So this could be Energon, but it could be a deflection. They don't want you to know it's Energon, so they tell you it's not, and then it is. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what I'm hearing right now. Very sad about that. I want Energon stuff badly. Yeah. Badly.
It's gonna happen though. There's no way they put that new animated series based on Energon Universe. There's no way they put that out without a figure line to support it. So it will happen.
Yeah. I hope so, because we heard Baroness was possible. Good girl Baroness. So feisty good girl Baroness.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Toy Kind of Mood 257. We'll catch you in the toile. Where's that video?
And on the backpack, we wrote, wherever there's trouble over Lancian Air, G.I. Joe is there. Butchering a little bit, and it is the smallest font ever.
And you can read it.
You can read it.
With a magnifying glass?
We were discussing it earlier. I just like the idea of him setting up camp, pulling out that shovel and saying, and then just going for it.
Yep. All right, guys.
Beautiful.
A little inspiration.
Yeah.